Listen! Sir Venom!
A dead member of the Order of the Gauntlet lies on the cobbled street of Route the Chutoko Mont in front of you, the shining sun beating down on his ashen-stained armor. Monduis Defar, brass dragonborn, paladin of Helm, member of the Order of the Gauntlet, and defender of the Sword Coast. On his armor you noticed a single symbol, and not the symbol of the Order of the Gauntlet, which you know to be a fist closed around the blade of a sword pointing towards the ground, but rather scratch marks into the metal as if from a beast's claw, the symbol of the Demogorgon. Your journey to this point through the Shemelot has been a somewhat simple affair. Aided by the magic of Vincent's Luckblade, you wished yourself to the side of Rudolf van Richten. You found him in the fortified city of Montagny, a Gothic and many-avenued tenement in the throes of a plague. Rudolf von Richten and Casimir Velikov had been working as surgeons and healers under the auspices of a local Montagny physician, attempting to help as many folk as possible. Upon finding Rudolf and Cass, you learned of their flight through the mist to Rishemelot and how they came to this place. They told you they had not seen head or foot of their pursuers since arriving here, but they had been hiding themselves with magic. They informed you they had heard of a possible way out of Rishemelot to the north through the city of Pont-à-Musée. And so north is where you decided to head, where you quickly found yourselves in combat with knights for Emperor eyes glowing red. Powerful in both the physical and the arcane, these knights struck at you with great force, though they eventually fell to your blades and spells. It wasn't until one lay strewn across the street, however, that you realized it was a member of the Order of the Gauntlet. And as you currently cast your gaze upon the body of Monduis Defar, you see a darkness across his draconic features that had not been there before. A sunkenness to the eye sockets, scales looking unkempt and ragged, a dragonborn stretched thin by something unseen, and lastly his eyes, missing from his skull. The embers that had been glowing having gone out. As you finish your survey of his broken body, it turns to ash and dust, not dissimilar to that of what occurs when an obelisk is destroyed, and disappears on the wind. In the distance, you hear the marching footsteps of armored-plated bodies. Van Richten whispers to you, "The casks silencio. I think they're coming. We should probably move. What would you like to do?"
Did when he like disintegrated, did everything turn to dust? Did he leave like, I don't know, a pouch or any items behind? Anything that he would be carrying on him?
He did not. He fully dissipated.
All right, then we should probably make moves, fellas, before all these other guys show up.
Let's do that.
You
Make
see,
moves in the direction we need to go.
you see Axel just like already going down the road.
All right. I am going to put your little characters on the map here so you have an idea of where you're headed. And I'm just going to put the group symbol down here so you can see it a little easier. You are currently in Montagny and you are leaving to head to the north to Pont-à-Musée is where you've sort of designed to head towards.
And
is there anything?
Well,
go ahead.
I was curious. The paladin man who we just dispatched. We were under the impression he was dead before he was transformed into whatever he was.
So, speaking with your blade, Riku, because you felt the power of your blade strike at him as if he were an undead.
Yeah.
The voice confirms, that I mean, I was able to cut at him extra.
All right. So Riku was just like kind of confirming with the group that like that guy was like way beyond saving. And that, this could be the same fate to the rest of them, unfortunately. So we may be here in vain, but who knows? Maybe we can save others.
Well, at least we saved your grandpa.
That's what really matters.
We saved the one that we personally care about, so that's good.
Paladin or not, Riku slaps him on the back.
So now we got these fellas following us. Do we stick to the road or do we go
Yeah,
and
maybe hoof it a little bit.
go to the follow the river or go down the road?
I will say this actually for a moment. As you leave the city behind, you swiftly go around a bend and move away from the gates and the walls. You do not hear the Cask Silencio's footsteps, and the Cask Silencio is like the guards in Rashemalot. You don't hear them following you down the road as you leave the city. It sounds as if maybe the fight didn't attract as much attention as you would have expected, just because you don't see anybody following. There are very few carts moving up and down the road. You pass about 3 within a matter of 5 minutes. If you wish to stick to the road, if you wish to go off the road, however, you can do that as well.
All
I
right.
think we're okay.
Yeah, I
and
guess
like
we
we
can
could send a scout either way, you know.
We
Stand-
need anything from the carts?
st-
Like what, Vincent? What'd you have in mind?
Maybe they got some
Supplies.
cool magical items that'll help us fight.
I was thinking
What,
more
you'd
of
like to rob
supplies
one
than
of these
magical
carts?
items.
Uh,
No.
we should get to
course not.
the Temator estate and see what's up.
Okay. Riku rolls up map.
Okay.
Now, what's
Um,
like the wildlife around us look like? Like what
Yeah.
what are the common birds of the area? I'd like want to like look around, maybe ask Octavio because he's been around for a while.
Ooh, and another thing, how far would that be from where we are now to the Temator Estate? Because I should probably take a knee somewhere and do a short rest.
Yeah, I believe that I said it was going to be a 3-day travel to Saint
See.
Roger.
Okay, and that's like roughly halfway or like a third of the way.
Yeah, I think a third of the way would be just about here. Another third would be somewhere in like this realm here. So Temator would be almost exactly halfway, roughly.
Cool.
In
yeah.
regards to the flora and fauna that you can see all about Servenum, to the north and the west, on the opposite side of the river from you, you can see enormous fields, actually. Fields and orchards. Beautiful. It's a bountiful valley, effectively, as far as the eye can see back to the north. On that sort of eastern side of the river, west of you at first, but then you suspect the road turns north again, and therefore it will be to the eastern side of the road. It appears to be. If you've ever played The Witcher, do you know Toussaint? Anyone? It's like a beautiful
haven't
sort of
played.
like. Think of
Never
like
played the
Bordeaux.
DLC of it.
Okay. Think of like Italian sort of like Tuscan fields and beautiful vineyards and grapes on the vine and everything as far as the eye can see in that direction. In the other direction, it appears to be more not as dry in the same way, but more made for sheep, most likely, is how I would describe it to the south, along with wooded areas, pockets at first, but you can see as you continue down the road, there will change to certain amounts of forest eventually. The birds in particular are many varied. In fact, the wildlife is quite abundant in sort of a beautiful way. This is no Barovia. This is a place of sunshine, bountiful growth, and life in a way that Barovia felt devoid of in every way. You can see sun shining on some lakes to the south, and the sun sort of glistens off and reflects back to your eyes quite easily, even from over a mile away.
So these the mountains here, are these like very like large mountains, or are these like small? Because it looks like it's definitely like a rocky area, like we're in a valley basically.
Yeah, you can easily make out the peaks both to the east and west. They are craggy sort of outcroppings, both in miniature, which appear sort of bouldery at first, and then move towards spires as they get taller. And they dominate the skyline in both directions. To the south, it appears that they sort of wrap around and you can't see too far because there are clouds. And as you look around, you realize there are no clouds in the valley except beyond the peaks, both to the east and west, as well as to the south. And then as far as the eye can see to the north, you can't see any clouds yet.
Cool.
It is an interesting effect that you sort of feel enveloped in this valley in this way.
Do we can we like see like these like I'm noticing these like little bits of green in these mountaintops up here. Can we see that from where we are, or is that only we can only see that on the map basically?
If you would like to make a perception or a nature or survival check, you may do so.
A little perception guy.
Is it like hawks are like a common bird of the area?
Yeah, I think you're seeing more things like swallows, chickadees, kestrels would be maybe the bird of prey that you might recognize. No hawks per se. In fact, you don't make a nature check if you would like as well, Sir Venom, a secondary nature check. Riku, you think based on the layout of the map in particular that you can see where you expect those areas to be, but that they are inset in the valleys themselves and therefore not necessarily visible from your vantage point.
Oh, so like it goes so like they go like they're small valleys essentially?
Yeah, this is like a little dale effectively within the hills here. Same with this.
Okay.
You think you can see where you believe the pocket to be, but you can't see it
I
itself.
thought they were like little plateaus.
Yeah, no, not in this instance.
Okay. Either way, they like cool points of interest. Rico points out on the map. He's like, if we ever, for whatever reason, in this part of the area, it could be worth checking out. And he says, particularly there. He points at wherever it says ruins.
Names,
we
places.
know we typically know ruins. Like this might be where we end up going in the end. Is now that he's thinking about it.
I got a 10 on my nature check.
Yeah, it takes you quite a while. I'm going to say it takes you half the day to realize this, Sir Venom. But as you're walking and looking at the birds and the wildlife, you do not once notice any sign or sighting of a bird of prey that would eat vermin or of any fox, wolf, or similar sort of predator that would eat vermin.
So I'm trying to think of what for Umbra, like my familiar, what bird to have it like take the form of to not stand out.
Yeah, a swallow, a sparrow, that sort of bird would fit in very well.
Okay. I guess I'll sparrow. Am I allowed to like pick the specific, I guess, breed or species of bird?
Yeah, that's fine.
Okay. So Umbra is now a pretty little swallow.
Okay,
Still wearing his top hat.
gotcha. Rictavio and Casimir Velikov are walking with you, and make an insight check actually, just to see if you can tell how they seem to feel.
A group.
Yeah.
Oof. That's real low.
Well, same.
I wish you could
Passive
wow.
insight is
Yeah, I
better.
wish you could just choose to throw your passive insight at these things.
It's funny that our passives are getting so high, but yours especially.
And Vincent, do you want to roll an insight check as well?
Yeah, inside. I forgot I didn't have my character sheet open this whole time yet.
Gotcha. No worries.
Come on, man.
Yeah.
He's gonna roll the highest. Watch this. Called it. Vincent, you're actually the one who can tell first. Sir Venom, you do pick up on it eventually, but Riku and Axel, you're sort of engrossed in your surroundings and taking in the scenery in particular. Vincent and Sir Venom, you can tell that there's a certain amount of relief that Casimir Velikov and Rudolph and Richten seem to be exuding as you walk, and you can sense a strengthening of resolve as you all walk along the road.
Because we're here, basically.
Would you like to ask them?
Does it matter, Riku, why they're so happy?
Riku's just gonna assume that's why.
Yeah,
Riku doesn't even know. He's too busy looking at all the pretty
yeah.
flowers.
Exactly. Riku's twiddling his thumbs.
So how far do we get?
I would say that you've made it
Guys,
to
all
about
business.
here about so far. And
Is this
you know, it's-
because at the map at the bottom it says like that distance is 2 miles? Is that accurate?
no, that's not accurate.
Yeah, I was gonna say like we.
I will.
I mean, we
cross that
can
out.
just ignore
Oh,
it.
and what about my short rest? How do you want to handle that?
I mean, it sounds like we're gonna be taking a long rest anyway. If this is the,
If we're just gonna walk all the way and stop.
you're gonna use
That's-
the hut, right? You got the hut.
It's up to you.
Sure. Yeah, that's fine.
But
Whatever you
this,
guys
is it
wanna
the end of
do.
the is it the end of the day? Like, is
Like,
this
how likely do we think we are to possibly run into trouble?
Go ahead and make a perception check as you walk along.
Yes, tell us if something's gonna happen.
Well, I just mean like Rictavio. I'm gonna ask Rictavio and the other guy. Like, what do they think? Like, what have they heard about the road? Like traveling, is it safe
Okay.
or not?
Yeah, it's funny. They haven't been able to learn much about the road itself outside of Montigny. The way they describe it is the folk here in the Rechemelis are quite obsessed actually with their cities. So Montigny, Saint-Roger, and Pont-à-Musée. As you keep an eye out, you notice that there are quite a number of tracks on the road, including very well-worn cart tracks. You do pass a number of farmers heading not past you towards Saint-Roger, but past you towards Montigny. It seems most of the traffic is probably headed into the city, supplying the city with actually some of the bounty that you could see growing back in the gardens to the north of Montigny. And in regards to dangers, nothing jumps out. You're keeping a good eye, pretty good lookout, I would say, Riku. And upon asking Rudolf Van Richten and Casimir Velikov, again, they're really not able to provide you with much information. They do say that they've asked about wolves and werewolves. They've asked about some of the dangers that you would have encountered in Barovia, like zombies, ghouls. Those things do not sound like, and the way that they tell it, they were slightly laughed off by the Rechemelis. Although the thing that nobody seems to want to talk about would be the rats. And so
Yeah.
that's, again, they sort of, double down on this idea that rats and or ratkin of some sort might be about, but they don't have evidence of that besides what they've seen in terms of the plagues that have hit the cities.
Okay.
You are able to make it to wherever you would like throughout the rest of the day. So if you want me to just fast forward you guys to about here to camp, we can do so. If you
Sure.
would like to take a short rest beforehand, Riku, you can do that and still make it here without too much issue. If you would like to push it in any way, shape, or form to continue like a forced march, we could do that too. It's up to you guys how far you would like to make it.
Well,
today.
I know the Casimir guy is messed up.
He is.
Yeah.
He's
Yeah.
relatively
Yeah,
injured.
we should just like go basically like a full day's march, then long rest. I
Is
suppose,
the
right?
tiny hut like
Set up a
a
nice little
force
camp.
field, or is it just like how's that work?
Force field? How? What do you mean?
Like nothing can get inside. That way you don't want it to.
If
Yeah.
anything.
Description.
I like this
Like-
image. I like this sort of image of it. I think that's a decent
Here's
one.
Oh
what it is.
Oh, you don't got. You just gotta. You can just read it and tell me. You don't gotta- I'm not gonna read all that.
Odd.
It's an impenetrable dome, basically.
All right, yeah. So let's throw one of those down and long rest it. So this is going much. This is yeah. I was afraid it was gonna be we were gonna have to do this in like one day, and everyone's gonna burn all their stuff, and then we were gonna be fucked by the time we got to the end. Before
Just want to make sure we could all fit. I think we can.
I
Yeah,
think it's
nine creatures.
if we're
Perfect.
long resting this distance, like I think then we might be able to just go past the estate, unless someone wants to like pop in and see if we got a quest there. But
I mean, we could send you know, a scout in, like maybe the eye or whatever your other, you know, lower tier thing is. Familiar,
but
whatever the
like
frick.
Have the swallow do a little like flyby.
Yeah. What were you thinking, Axel? What were you gonna say?
originally I was gonna say we should go there to do our rest, but if we don't even need to go there to do our rest, then like what's the point of checking it out?
Well, there could be more information. It could be something unique there. Who knows? Like,
All right.
I figure points of interest on the map are typically, you know,
But that's just like
Yeah, there might be something worth stealing there.
that's just from like yeah, let's just do it. That's from I mean what I would say is like because we look at the points of interest and we see oh like the ruins for example, and we know oh there might be something good in the ruins. That's because we're it's a game and it's like oh we see stuff on the map and it's like let's go there and maybe there's like good loot and stuff and it's trying to
Oh, what
think
is
of like
if we ask
to be-
Rick Tavio about it? What does he say? Does he know anything about it?
yeah Rick
Any
Tavio.
rumors around town or something?
well, I was gonna say the other thing. We haven't talked to like any local people. Like, we haven't done much investigating. So
We need to
that's why I was
canvass the
saying,
town.
you know, this is another way to do it. If we just go to places rather than, you know, asking questions to the locals, because we haven't done that yet.
Should we go there Rick Tavio?
Sorry, say that again. I was reading the spell, double checking something.
Has Rick Tavio like heard anything about like that house, that manor or whatever?
Tamator
Is it-
Estate or
Yeah,
or
is it
another
like
one of them?
a known place? Is there like I don't know, like a merchant family that lives there or anything, or
Oh well,
just
he
like a nice like
worked.
bed and breakfast?
So far as he knows, he asked his employer about it because he was actually employed by the Tamator family. That was who he was working under the auspices of. They were a group of healers back in Montagny. He does not know the current status of the estate. It's not something he investigated or questioned them about.
Okay. Fuck it, let's go ring the doorbell and see what's going on.
So you want to go there before the end of the day?
Probably after.
Yeah, once like first thing in the morning we'd check
Okay.
it out.
So everyone can
And
rest.
another thing, should we bother with what's it called, the watch, with this spell, or do we not care?
I mean, we should still probably have because we can do a watch and all still get long rest, so might as well.
Because the other thing is, I was wondering how paranoid are we right now, like that we're being followed and whatnot. Because I could also throw up my true seeing for a little bit before we set up camp here, see if like I see anything funny.
I think we're experienced enough to adventurers to where we'd be on high alert and traveling in another like dimension.
Right, we're in a little like pocket dimension. The last one of these we were in, how we had like a vampire stalking us.
That's why I'm asking the group if do we want to try to, you know.
We'll do watches. I mean, there's no like negative towards it. To
Yeah.
What do you think about my true seeing? Should I just because I'm just gonna get it back in the morning. That's why I was just wondering. Like,
No, yeah, and fuck it, just do it.
all
Okay.
right.
How long does
So,
it
like,
last?
I'd say basically like 30 minutes leading up until I cast the tiny hut. I'd have it on. So it lasts an hour, I think. Let me just double check. Yeah, it lasts 1 hour, and it's not concentration. So I'd have it on
Okay.
for 30 minutes leading up to when I cast tiny hut, and then I'd have it on for like another 30 minutes, just kind of like looking around to see if like, you know, I see anything out of the ordinary.
All right. Let me see.
Oh boy.
Can you roll a d4 for me, please?
I sure can. That's it looks like a 4. That's
Okay.
a 4.
for
Okay.
Bob.
Yeah. You don't see anything. If you guys want to swap off watch, go ahead and just roll perception checks to be able to do that. I'm just gonna put the HUD up around you here.
I'll take the first one.
So Venom can go second.
How many do we need? 3 or 4? I forget.
I think it's 3. Axel can do a watch. A watch.
Go ahead and roll perception checks for those.
We're
Man,
just doing
rolling
them
like shit.
all. Ooh, I rolled a 1.
Okay. Riku, the first watch goes without any issue whatsoever. You're peering into the darkness pretty regularly. You have your true sight up for quite a bit of time. You do notice with that perception check, both as you look outward and sometimes glance back inward, Rictavio seems to have a hard time sleeping in particular. Seems a little fidgety. Casimir Velikov falls down after being healed by Rictavio. He does lay some hands upon him and use cure wounds to assist in his healing. He sleeps quite well. Seems battered and beaten from your events from earlier in the day, but he seems to be recovering quickly. And the watch passes without issue. You pass it along to Sir Venom. It was Sir Venom who was next, is that right?
Yeah.
Okay. You pass it along to Sir Venom, and Sir Venom, you keep watch as well. There are a few times when the fire goes a little lower, maybe than you would have preferred, and so you grab some sticks and everything from the surrounding area and walk back into the dome and toss them on. Axel, I need you to make a Constitution saving throw, please, after having the watch handed to you from Sir Venom. Okay. You don't fall asleep, which is good news for your group. But it does take you a while to realize that something has been approaching the
Ooh.
dome during the night. In particular, you begin to see shapes in the distance, ghostly figures
Oh.
beginning to zip around the dome on the outside.
Some spooks.
And as the wind rustles, you see an enormous one, as tall as a tree, zipping about the outside of the dome. All of them seemingly getting closer and closer until you finally notice them in their full visages.
They can
There
see
are
us?
several ghosts. Oh, yeah. So the dome can be, what does it say? The dome can be dimly lit or dark. The dome is opaque from the outside, so they can't see through it, but they can see the dome, and they know the dome is not natural. But you can see outward at these creatures, but they are beginning to surround this dome from the outside.
All right.
Good thing we held a
I'll
watch.
wake them up. Wake everybody up.
Okay.
Whoa!
Go for wake up.
What's going on?
There's ghosts.
Vincent grabs his bow.
Rico turns on all his stuff.
Can Riku? Can I get in here?
I mean, if they can see us,
There's
so
no lock on the door.
I'm not sure if they can get in here. Actually, hold on. We'll hold our ground for a sec.
All right. Keep your heads on a swivel.
Rico, it's your spell. What do you mean you don't know if they can't get in here?
We've never tested it like this.
You do see a ghost come up to the dome and touch it and seemingly not be able to move through it. You realize at this point it cannot see you on the inside. It is opaque on the outside and therefore unable to see you. You see it phase down into the ground, so it disappears. And then as you look around, you see a hand about a foot away from your foot, Axel, beneath you, pressing up into the ground, but it does not seem to be able to move up through the ground into the dome either. And you see it sort of withdraw from the ground and then reappear beside you.
I think we're good, guys. Do you want to just go back to bed, or do you want to fight these things?
I mean, are they like? And we don't like recognize what they are. They just look like ghosts.
They are humanoid ghosts. There is the one enormous ghost that seems to zip through the trees and sometimes hover over these rocks. You believe that is a giant of some sort. A
Ricavia,
ghostly
you didn't
giant.
tell us we had to worry about ghosts on this trip.
I had no idea. Although now I suspect that the Phantom Lakes are called that for a reason.
I guess.
What do you think? Should
that
we
would make
exercise
sense.
these ghost boys?
You think they'll go away when the sun comes up?
Doubtful.
Real?
I think they're
And
gonna
if that was
follow
the
us.
case,
Yeah, they've got our
um,
scent
the
now.
venom has the sunlight.
I
to
think we
probably
should deal with
keep it.
them now.
All right. Let's get
Surprise attack.
in
Before we
Or do you
do
position
want to
that,
go?
we should
You
here.
probably
want to go
heal.
tell him to leave before we attack? Do you want to see if he'll leave us alone?
So, do we? Would I have time to heal, or I would I have had time to do it before?
So what I would say is this: you can take a short rest now, if you so like. If you
Okay.
do so, it will have if you fight them or if you take your short rest, it will count as an interruption on your long rest, and you will need to basically like regain that extra hour plus. But other than that, like it's up to you as to what to do.
I think I might just cast a spell for some quick heals, boys, and then we can start this if you guys are good
So
with
no
that.
short rest.
Well, how
I mean,
how hurt is everyone?
I'm like at half health, but I think you guys are good, right?
I'm just about at half health too.
Okay,
And
so you
then
need.
Casimir was really hurt as well, wasn't he?
He's
But
pretty good actually at this point.
yeah, homie over there, Grandpa helped him up.
Well, do we wanna like sit for up to 1 minute while I concentrate on healing us
Sure.
like a decent bit and just like observe these ghosts for 60 seconds?
Yeah, I
and,
like that
see what they
idea.
do?
Let's just kind of watch their movements, then heal up, because you
Yeah,
can
study a
basically
little
like
bit.
top us off, right, with your spell, I assume.
Maybe not top us off, but I can, depending on the rolls, I can get quite a bit of HP back to us.
Yeah, I'm fine with whatever you get us. Is what I'm saying. I appreciate it. Thank you.
Okay, so I'm gonna do while we wait and observe these ghosts for 1 minute, and that's 6 rounds.
Yes.
Okay, so I'm gonna cast Aura of Vitality, and so on each round, so every 10 seconds, I can use a bonus action to heal 2d6 hit points.
Can you? How many creatures can you target with that?
Well, it's like, so I can do it 6 times, and like I can do one person one time, another person the next time. Like every
I
bonus
see.
action can be like another person.
It depends on the rounds. I see.
Yeah. So 2d6 times 6, 12d6s.
Just roll like a lump sum and spread it out.
That's probably quickest and easiest. Oh, I rolled d12s instead of d6s. So that number is it's not that number.
Reroll.
Reroll the correct dice.
Let's see.
Wow,
Holy smokes.
seems like
I need
not
to
bad.
reroll 2 of those. 3 of those. So 41 plus, so 50. You have 50 hit points to dole out as you would like.
Okay. So who's hurt?
Riku's
Def-
hurt.
Definitely Riku.
Who else is missing?
Casimir would take 15 hit points if you would give it to him.
Yeah, so I'll give Casimir. Let's see, I'm at 50. How about what's his like number HP at right now?
I think he's got 80 total.
Oh damn.
Yeah.
So he's got a okay, so I'll give him
What about Vincent Axler? You guys not hurt?
I'm good.
Axel's missing 8 HP, so it's
yeah,
not.
Axel's
It's
at
not.
115.
Yeah, top off the guys who are missing like less, and then give me what's left.
Well, it looks like
'Cause
you have 46 out of 99. I
Yeah,
have
because I need a
54.
lot.
I have 54 out of 99, and then
Okay, so whatever's left, we split it.
so I'll do 20 to me, 20 to Riku, and 10 to Casimir,
Okay.
just to make numbers easy.
So 20.
So,
Oh yeah, that's nice. That puts me at basically 2/3.
When we
2/3
start
deck.
this fight, do you guys want to go all in on the big one or
Yes.
yeah. Yeah.
I'm sure the little ones. I'm sure the little ones hurt. Sorry, I'll try to speak more slowly. But the big one is probably going to be an issue.
Probably some kind of attacks that cause fear or something.
All sorts of bad.
Yeah, make me do wisdom saves. Take psychic damage.
I gotta juice up my bow.
Okay.
all right.
Is that sounds dirty?
If you guys, if you guys would like to enter combat, go ahead and roll initiative.
Would we like strategize ahead before Riku drops the dome? Like,
If you
We got, like,
want,
a-
we have that time. Like we could have basically been doing that during whatever we just
Yeah.
did. that
yeah,
took
can we
the-
like get like a surprise round if we like prep an action ahead of time to like employ like as soon as Riku drops the dome?
So you don't have to drop the dome. I don't believe, Riku. It's not a concentration spell, is it?
Let me double. It is. I don't think it is. No,
Because you wouldn't be able
the
to.
dome
slip-
can stay up. We can just
Yeah.
fight around the dome.
Oh, I can't sling spells through it. Damn.
Yeah, well, like we'd have to
Right.
leave it, but we can leave and enter, but they can't. Is what I'm saying? We can fight around it.
Oh, that's pretty sweet.
So like
let
the
me,
ones that are just hanging out on the edge, we might be able to just like swing through it. Maybe. I'm not really sure because I've
me,
never really fucked with the HUD like this.
Let me just
be
make it the
fair.
right size. I think it's
Okay.
technically. Is it 10 feet across?
10 feet radius, it
is-
says.
10 feet radius.
Yes,
Thank
10-foot radius.
Okay, so it's about this size. So I'm just gonna crowd you all in a little more.
Yeah.
But
Yeah, I
Yeah,
thought it would be like a
like-
little bit of a little bit smaller.
Can I get to the big one without taking an attack of opportunity?
yeah, and if you would like, you know what I can do? I can burp.
Oh, a grid.
Look at that.
Nice.
If that
Alright.
helps.
It does.
Wow.
I can
DM stuff.
Heck yeah.
yeah. Okay. But yeah, did you have any plans, Sir Venom? This is what you wanted to do. Sounds like maybe you got something in your pocket.
Yeah, at first I had a plan, but then I forgot that we did not take the long rest, so I don't have my 6th level spell slot.
Okay.
But I'm guessing since they look all undead and ghostly, I am thinking. So if I get like in the middle of this,
Riku's thinking if we have any buff spells, we should buff up.
so it looks like would all of these guys be within 30 feet of me?
Yes, most likely.
That maybe the
maybe
big one.
maybe not the big one, yeah.
Put that
And
fire out.
the one thing to say is spells and other magical effects can't extend through the dome or be cast through it.
Yeah, we got to go
So-
outside of it to do stuff, basically.
Oh yeah. How but it's what, 10 feet tall?
It's a
the
dome,
dome,
like a
yep.
sphere. Yeah.
Okay. So because I was thinking it maybe like fly up, like pop out of the top of the dome, use my my
Is
channel
entirely a
divinity,
thing. Yeah.
use my channel divinity for turn undead.
So what I
And
would
then
ask
I can
is
drop
if you're
back into the
gonna
dome.
start combat-y stuff, go ahead and use roll initiative
Yeah,
before
let's do
you
that.
do anything else.
Ooh.
And then we'll see who goes first and how that
Always roll
goes.
garbage initiative with this fucking guy.
But yeah, all Riku would have said is if we have any sort of buffs we could do beforehand, let's try to do that. I don't know if I have anything for the group though.
All right, and Vincent, nice. Sir Venom, you do get to go first, followed by Riku, Vincent, Casimir Velikov, the Ghosts, Axel, Cloud Jankos, Rictavio.
So yeah, I think that's what I want to do.
All right. So what are you doing in particular? Sorry.
I'm gonna fly out above like the top of the dome in the middle,
Okay.
looking all epic, wings spread. I'm gonna hold my holy symbol, and I am going to channel my divinity.
Okay.
And every undead that can see or hear me within 30 feet must make a wisdom saving throw and beat an 18.
Okay. So wisdom saving throw. This is gonna count for basically all the ghosts. Okay, so they got a 12.
Nice. So let's see. It is turned for 1 minute or until they take damage. They must spend their turns trying to move as far away from me as it can.
Oh, that's nice.
Cannot take reactions, and the only action it is able to take is the dash action to run away.
Okay. And I'm
Wow.
basically gonna count them all as frightened for now, just to make it somewhat sensible. Because I assume some of you are gonna start smacking them, and then we'll pull these
Are
off.
Are
Well,
they
he said-
CR2? Are they CR2 or lower?
They are not.
Yeah, I figured.
You
That seems
said
like
that
such
if they
a useless
take,
feature at high levels.
but you said if they take damage, then the effect goes away, so we shouldn't hit them really.
Yeah, until like I figured now, like they're basically out of combat, and we can focus
Yeah,
on
we,
the
we
big
just
one.
focus on the big guy now. That's the idea. Good job.
All right, so you see this radiant energy through the translucent side of the dome emanate out of Sir Venom, rippling across all of the ghosts, causing them to suddenly turn away in fear as the bright light smacks them in the face, and they do begin to turn and flee. Is that your full turn, Sir Venom, or do you want to go back down into the dome? Like, what would you like to do?
Yeah, I'm going to point at the big ghost, all menacingly, as I slowly, drift back down into the dome.
Okay. And full turn?
Yeah, I'm not gonna bother summoning a spiritual weapon.
Okay. Riku, what would you like to do?
Let's take a look here. Oh, he's not even that far away at all. So first things first, Riku is he's gonna take, well, he's basically got all his stuff on because we were prepping for this fight. The only thing he doesn't
Yeah.
have on is haste.
Okay.
So, I mean, could we rewind and say that I have haste up before we start the fight, or is that not a thing?
I want to say. So haste only lasts for like a minute to begin with, right?
Yeah.
I'm going to say no
Okay.
on that.
Well, he holds his sword up, casts haste.
Okay.
He's all Super Saiyaned up. Now, but at least his boots and all that jazz are on. He's gonna run up and start swinging at this big ghost man.
Sure.
Oh, baby. That's what we like to see.
Yeah, that's a hit.
And so I assume I get the extra D8 for the undead.
Yes,
and
you do.
Would I get two of them because I crit? Or is
Yes,
just
you
one?
do. Oh, yeah. Double all the damage. Or double
Right.
all the damage die, I should say. Yep. Nice.
So this is all radiant, and then I do also get some of these. This is fire.
Wow. How much damage is that?
Dice is in the way for me, so I just need a second.
Like 34?
Wow.
29 plus 5. Yeah.
All right.
34. And I'm also but wait, there's more.
Okay.
We're doing the bardic stuff. So another D10. This one's going to be radiant.
This gets doubled as well.
Oh, really?
Yeah, because this
Oh,
is part of
that's
your critical hit.
pretty freaking cool. Didn't even consider that. No way. Stop
Oh
it.
my gosh.
Wow.
This gets added to my AC.
So Riku is dishing out Axel levels of damage now.
Well, when I crit,
Yeah.
specifically.
I mean, it's still pretty impressive.
Let's be clear about that. This is a crit, and this is like a high rolling damage crit.
54 points of damage. So
Yep.
this is a good one. And you shred ectoplasm off of this cloud giant ghost.
And because it raises my AC, like, you know, I shine brighter because my AC is higher, but now I'm just like vibrating because I'm just like
Fully
insanely
Super
strong.
So what's your AC now?
37.
All right, so you can't get hit.
Oh, I sure can, because it's gonna be something that just is straight damage, and then I have to roll a save.
Well, I mean,
sure.
just like, you know, if it's just.
Oh
like
yeah,
an
if
attack.
it was like an attack roll with a weapon, sure, yeah. But that should be it for me, because I only get one action since I used my other one for haste.
Haste and
If
attack. I mean,
if-
that's a hell of a turn.
Yes, no, it's a great turn. I'm very satisfied.
All right. Vincent, what would you like to do?
Vincent is gonna poke his head out. He's gonna draw his bow and then kind of just like pop in a couple shots and then pop out.
Okay.
Pop back, I mean. So
Did
he will take.
did Riku? Did you ever do your extra attack, or did you like?
I
He
cast a
said he
spell,
didn't have
Oh,
one.
okay. I just wanted to.
and so that haste gives me an extra action, but with that action, I can only do one attack roll.
Oh, okay. Yeah. Sorry, I just wanted to make sure you.
But next round,
The 16 is that actually an 11, Vincent?
Yeah.
So it's going to be 11 and 14. Both of those are misses.
Hmm. Oh, at this point, we got to keep it rolling. Oh my god.
17 is actually going to be a hit.
All right, we got one hit for 25 damage.
Okay.
And did we do a short rest
You did not.
in the hut?
no.
Okay.
Technically.
All right, then that's all I got. I'll let you boys keep going then. I'm gonna pop back in the hut.
Okay. That does bring us to Casimir Velikov. He kind of looks at everything and he's like, I don't entirely know what to do. He's gonna I guess he's gonna pop
We-
out in the
We
same
probably
way
just
that
look like
Vincent
crazy
did.
people.
I mean, he's rather impressed, is what I would say. He's gonna use his
Go hit the
firebolt
big
spell.
thing.
His firebolt spell is going to miss, so he's gonna pop back in. And he did. He took your advice to take a pop shot, basically with firebolt at the large ghost. That will be his turn. All these other ghosties, they have to move. Is it up to 60 feet away from you? Is that right?
Oh, yeah, they can dash.
Okay. And but once they get 60 feet away, that's when they basically stop being. That's the real question I have. Is what's the range on?
I think this is probably like Omega Fear, probably type stuff because it's his like feature.
Yeah, so they're turned for 1 minute or until they take damage. So they just have to move as far away from me as they can.
So there's no.
There's no like limit on it.
Okay. Then they will just move to the edges of the board, basically, and begin to move off the board.
Mono e mono.
This one. And this one will rush past. I think he's going to rush past it this way. You do get a swing at him as he goes past, if you would like, Riku.
No.
Yeah, I was Joe took the bait.
That's bait.
You know, you can take a swing if you want there, Rico.
So most of them, if not all of them, are off the map ever so slightly. That's going to be their full turns. Axel, what would you like to do?
Go for the big guy.
Okay.
I just want to get.
Inspired by Riku.
Yeah, totally. Let's go with okay. So gonna be actually we're gonna How far? Fuck, I didn't check see how far I moved.
You gonna get behind it?
Yeah, so I don't have to be reckless when I attack them. So I just want to I want to get advantage on them for flanking or whatever.
Okay.
And then Great Weapon Master attack them. For a 23 to hit.
That is a hit.
Okay, with 19. Oh, I forgot to rage, so I don't get the +2, but 29.
I
And then,
would let you rage.
okay. So then 20 it'd be 21 plus 10, so we're at 31, and then we're gonna add sneak attack.
Here we go.
So
Oh,
another
baby.
19. 21 plus 19. Okay. And then the second attack, and we're Great Weapon Mastering again. For another 23. It is a total of 20, another 21. So 21 plus 21
Wow.
plus 19. So 42 plus 19 is 61.
51.
Okay.
42 plus.
God damn it. Axel's just so fucking
Yeah.
buff.
So I'm raging.
Nice to
Did
have
my
him on the team.
attacks, and that's my turn.
Okay. As the cloud giant sees the other ghosts fleeing from the radiant energy and begins to get pummeled by these hits, it will turn ethereal. So I'm actually just gonna toss. I'm putting the invisible token on it, but that's not exactly what it is. You can still see the ghost, but it turns translucent instead of being somewhat solid. And it will take 40 feet of movement and begin to flee in that state.
So tax of opportunity.
Go for it.
Okay. Can I actually no, because I don't get advantage on it, so it's just we'll just do straight attack, not Great Weapon Master it.
Both of those are hits.
Still doing damage to it?
Yeah, go ahead and roll your damage, and then
Oh
I'll
right,
describe
because
what happens.
it's oh shit, I don't like the sound of that.
So as you both believe you make solid connection to it, your blades and weapons pass straight through it because you cannot hit it in an ethereal state. At least not
Okay.
with these weapons.
So we just get gooed.
Yeah.
Even my sun sword?
Even the sun. Does the sun sword allow you to hit things that are ethereal? I think that's the real question.
I'm looking at the sun blade.
Sunblade. Because it actually might. I don't know. There are weapons that allow that. So
I wonder
I
if
don't see anything
my
about
bow and arrow
I don't see anything
does.
about ethereal state, but it's just like the Omega undead weapons. So
yeah. I think like I will give you an example weapon. So like there's like a people have made homebrew ones, but yeah, most weapons cannot hit into hit ethereal creatures. And actually, go ahead and make an Arcana check, Riku, as you take this swing, because you might be able to figure out why.
Riku just says the doy.
Not in this instance. Yeah, you don't really know why. But the ghost does appear transparent and sort of phases away, and actually even phases past you, Axel. So you do feel cold for a moment as it does so. That will be its turn, which then brings us to Rictavio, who says, "Oh, this isn't good. This is bad.
What's up, Rictavio?
I think they're simply taking a break to come back for more later." He sort of watches the ghost move away. Does he have anything that could work necessarily? I'm just like double checking his spells real quick. He could use Magic Circle to try to prevent ghosts from coming in. If you guys would like.
Doesn't Magic Circle take 10 minutes to cast though?
Casting time's 1 minute.
Okay.
And it would basically be the exact same area as the hut.
Oh, well, yeah. I mean, if it protects us, but
I mean, the HUD already kind of does that.
Yeah. The hut's arguably a better version of it.
yeah, then we're good.
Yeah, I think we'd rather have.
We're
the
either gonna
same
be in the hut
third
or we're
level
gonna
slot.
go.
Okay. Then he will hold off. Sir Venom, what would you like to do?
Let's see, how far away am I from the running away ghost? 90 feet. I guess I would have seen them like take swipes at the ghost and it just go through. And I'd be like, oh, maybe magic, some divine magic is the answer. And I like step out of the circle and I would cast my guiding bolt.
Okay.
Raven Queen's divine feather. With a 26 to hit.
26 would normally hit, yep.
On 10 radiant damage. Or it
Okay.
just goes right through it.
And it sadly goes right through it. Go ahead and make an Arcana check now that you've done this as well.
22.
Okay, that's good enough for sure. It was a DC 12 to figure this out. Sir Venom, as your bolt goes through it and you see the translucentness of it, it doesn't even ripple. Does not even seem as if there's a creature there. And it strikes you based on your knowledge of the planes, which is somewhat limited, but also good enough as an Arcana cleric, that these ghosts have probably left the material plane somewhat and entered what is known as the border ethereal. Ghostly creatures in particular have this ability, that they can sort of go between the two and therefore not exist within either. Now, if they are in this state, you suspect they also cannot hurt you at this moment, but that they will
Okay.
probably regenerate if they have any of those types of powers, and you know that sometimes they do with that good of a check, and that they can probably just wait it out for now in this state.
Okay. I suppose I'd step back in and I'd sit down by the fire. Put a marshmallow. I'd like pull out one of my feathers, put a marshmallow on the end of it, and start roasting it over the fire. And I yell to the boys and be like, they're running off. I think we just gotta regroup until they decide to come back.
Okay.
I'd also yell out that we can't touch it, it can't touch us while it's like that.
All right.
Well, we
Riku,
gotta leave it alone.
Riku, you hear this yelled out to you. What would you like to do?
This really pisses me off. I can't attack this ghost. But there isn't much I can do, it seems.
Yeah, I need a proton pack.
This pisses
gotta
me off,
finish-
Riku says to Axel,
We
throws
gotta
his
finish-
sword on his shoulder as he's just like begrudgingly marching back to the camp. He's like, hey, come on, let's
Finish
go.
our long rest.
Like we could have
Just
tried to pick
dispatch
off some of the
that.
smaller ones, but they're probably like too far away right now.
I'm not even worried about them, Riku says.
So are we good to go back in the hut?
Oh.
Yeah, I think we should finish our long rests.
Vincent, are you going to do anything? You can still see that ghost, technically, if you want to try to do anything. I just don't know if you have anything that would hit an ethereal creature, so.
I don't think we do,
No.
so.
I think we do, unless I just shoot him anyway, just to find out.
I mean, you can pop a shot if you would like.
I'll let him go and just with the idea that we need to finish our long rest. Finish what we
Okay.
started. We thwarted the threat. Left us
Gotcha.
alone.
And the other ghosts continue to flee. You see they just continue to move off into the distance. Axel, is there anything you would like to do?
I will spit in its general direction and then go back into the hut.
Okay. And if you are all going to settle down for the rest of the evening, is that the plan?
Yeah,
Yeah.
we were long resting anyway. Yeah.
Okay.
I mean, we should keep doing our watches and be vigilant, but
I
think
feel
we
pretty
should
settled. Yeah.
Let
be
me just
vigilant but continue resting.
check. So, let me just find this in the Dungeon Master's Guide. I do believe technically your long rest has been interrupted by combat, and so I think the rule is that you don't get to finish the long rest.
Do we have to
No.
redo it, or do we can we just go back to sleep, like for another
think
8
you will
hours?
need- Yeah, I think you will need to spend like an extra hour resting. But the issue with that in this instance will probably be that the hut will be gone.
Fine.
Let's
Say,
use
like, night's
we're gonna
over
use
by that point.
the buddy system. So if somebody fails the check, then the perception check, maybe
I mean,
the
we were
other
taking
person-
watches anyway, and like I assume by the time it's done, it's light anyway. So whatever.
Gotcha. Yeah. So if it's 1 hour of walking, any fighting or casting spells or similar adventuring activity, characters must begin the rest again. So that it's not 1 hour of fighting, it's 1 hour of walking or any fighting, any casting spells, any adventuring activity. So yeah, I'm going to say in this instance you will have to
Restart.
not restart the entire rest. So it says the characters must begin the rest again to gain any benefit. I'm going to say you need to tack on an extra hour to it. So there will be a chance that you won't have the
Okay.
hut for an hour.
So it's like when I sleep for 5 hours and then wake up and then do stuff for a bit and then go back to
I'll do
sleep
the
for another
last
couple
watch.
hours.
Yeah.
I'll do the watch when the hut goes away in the morning.
Okay.
If it goes throughout that.
Sir Venom's already laying back down to go to sleep because he's so confident in our abilities to take down ghosties. He's like, yeah, the hut's nice, but we'll take him down without it.
Okay. Who takes the watch in particular?
I could just catch it again.
Vincent's gonna do the last watch. We had 3 people doing the one. I'm just if there was the extra time, I didn't watch, so it would be up in the morning doing the last watch.
All right, make a perception check, Vincent. As the hut disappears, you still do not have a long rest. You still have 1 hour to a long rest, but the hut has disappeared and the dawn is breaking.
Team.
Yeah, you do not see any of the ghosts as of yet.
Okay.
An hour goes by without issue. You are not attacked. And the dawn breaks to another beautiful day in Rishemalot. Let's take our 5-minute break here. Go ahead and hit that long rest button at this point. And we will pick it back up with you back on the road. With that 15 on your perception check, you do notice one thing on your watch. So you're looking for the ghosts. You needed a 15 to see this, funny enough. So you're looking for the ghosts, but you do finally notice Rudolph Van Richten's not sleeping. Seems to be tossing and turning, trying to sleep. Doesn't seem to be sleeping.
I go talk to him.
Yeah, absolutely.
Technically, Riku doesn't sleep, I suppose. Or do I as a half elf?
I think as a
Yeah,
half elf
Rick-
you have to.
Yeah, I think it's less, right? You just sleep less.
No, I think for it's only elves. I think
Yeah,
need
like
the
full elf
4-hour
would be
trance.
trance.
Yeah.
So Vincent would go over and talk to Rudolph once we all got up and kind of got going, and would just say, "Hey, how'd you you have a good night's sleep? You all rested, ready to go today?"
Oh, good enough, I would say. You can see there's pretty dark circles under his eyes. He looks like he might not have gotten any sleep at all. And he's moving slowly, rolling up his bedroll quite slowly, sipping on the coffee that's provided to him.
Yeah. Rudolph, we came to save you. You're not looking too hot. I want to
Oh,
get you out of here.
no, I greatly appreciate that. Thank you, Vincent. He gives you like sort of a weak, watery smile. You can see that he does appear exhausted. Um, uh, I would very much like to go back to the Sword Coast, though. It's kind of hard not really having any home at all.
Trust me, I know. I just got myself a little spot. You can stay anytime you need one, or you should consider getting yourself up roots and
Oh,
calling the place home.
you found yourself a home.
I did.
That's a hold on to it, Vincent. That's a precious thing.
Oh, I know. I've been looking forward to it for a long time.
Home's a good thing. Did I ever tell you about Darkon?
Here and there. Would you like to tell me more? I'd be interested.
Yeah, and let's just say that you guys begin to like move along. Let's just say you guys begin to move along the road. Does that work for you? And you want to head towards? Here, I'll bring up the map again. You wanted to head towards the manor?
That's the plan.
Okay. Towards Tamator Estate?
Yep.
Okay. So that'll take roughly half the day to do that, I would say. Because it does take you a little bit of time to find the trail to the west. As you continue to walk, however, and Rudolf van Richten begins to tell you about his home, he describes a land with a few major cities, a place called Martira Bay, Nuvachar Springs, Il Aluk, and Viaki. Not Valaki, but Viaki, Viaki. He also mentions his home, which was in the town of Rivalis, which actually sat between two lakes, Lake Placid and Red Leaf Lake. It had a quiet sort of pleasantness. The town boasted a pretty large population of halfling fishers and culinarians. And he was part of the human community who kept estates around the nearby lake. And he tells you about having grown up in Darkon and gone to university in Ilalik for medicine until eventually Aslan Rex changed the world of Darkon. And as he's telling you about all this, and you can sort of see his mood change, you can tell that memories are sort of flooding back to him of losing his home. He also then eventually does sort of look around and say, Aslan Rex, his curse was one of knowledge, and the land was trapped in a state of not knowing what it was that he had done to the place. I was never able to solve it. Strahd von Zarevich, his curse was one of fratricide, killed his brother, attempted to steal his brother's lover, and that caused the land to plunge into darkness. I don't know what this one is yet. And frankly, the darkness, this land is beautiful. Obviously I see the rats and the plague, but I don't understand what curses this land, he sort of says to you as you're walking and talking, Vincent.
You haven't met the big bad yet? There's no castle atop a mountain?
Not that I know of. No, I mean, I haven't left Montagny. I think on some level, you know now as much as I do. Um, we were really trying to keep our heads low and keep away from the Order of the Gauntlet.
Would I be walking close enough to these guys to like overhear the conversation?
Yeah, totally. They're not trying to hide their conversation necessarily, I would say, unless you want it to be hidden for some reason, Vincent.
So after like when Rictavio mentions like he doesn't know what the curse of the land is, I'd chime in, be like, maybe the land like isn't cursed. We don't know if all of these little bubble dimensions have to necessarily be cursed. It's just as long as people are making memories, that seems to be the whole point of these places. They don't have to be bad memories necessarily.
Riku would chime in and say, "I suspect, for every cursed land, there's probably one that's not. They have to sustain the other lands somehow. Clearly, this one is bountiful and perhaps sustain the other lands. The Vistani can travel through them with ease. So maybe other creatures are, they have other means of transporting goods between realms. Who knows? I'm sure if you pray to your god there, or your demigod, she'll tell you more." Riku says.
Then I kind of scoffs, but like, demigod, no, she's the real deal.
Well, we saw her get reborn, so we'll
Octavia's
see
kind
how
of
real she is.
he's like looking at you all between this. He goes, I hadn't ever considered that. I mean, the plagues here really do bring a level of suffering and disease in a way that we don't see on the Sword Coast. By my estimation, I think roughly anywhere between 25% and a third of population perishes in one of these plague cycles. I've seen, I think I've said 3 now.
Riku's like, maybe it's a good thing it's contained here and not allowed to run rampant back in the home plane.
A sort of disgusted look crosses Rictavio's face. Is that all these places are then? Just containers for awfulness that shouldn't be allowed elsewhere? That I don't know.
Unfortunately, that could be one way of looking at it, and perhaps maybe the best way, and maybe the things that dwell in here may be left here intentionally.
He sort of make an insight check. Riku in particular.
13.
You can see that he doesn't love the idea. He doesn't really engage with it any further beyond saying, "It's a cruel god that would do that then."
Riku then says, I hate to break it to you, but all the gods are cruel.
He sort of looks over at you, Sir Venom, and you, Vincent. I don't know. What say you about all this?
I'm dedicated to my queen. So I'm withholding any type of judgment. So I know one of the goals is to try to get to her court, and we'll be able to talk to her directly. And this current iteration of the Raven Queen, she was her initial life came from one of these places. So if anyone knows the best thing to do with these pocket dimensions, it would be her.
Fair.
Cruel she may be, she's also wise.
Casimir, who had been walking at the back, keeping a bit of a lookout, has caught up to you all at this point. He says, "Tell it to my dead tribe." Quickly, sort of walks past, takes point, continues onwards. I think, and Rictavio is now talking, I think that rather sums up our feelings on the matter, frankly. You can see that exhaustion is etched across his face. Pain, emotional pain, thinking about the past. And he sort of doesn't disconnect from the group, but he just sort of walks with his head down a little bit now.
I'd put my hand on his shoulder, and I'd be like, I empathize with the two of you. My whole family, my whole clan or tribe, as you will, they're all dead and gone too. If it weren't for the Raven Queen's acolytes, I wouldn't be here either. I'd be dead with them.
Make a persuasion check at disadvantage, Sir Venom.
Riku also reminds me, he's like, we lost one of our party members, and that's how we gained a new one. And it all happened around the same time the current iteration of the Raven Queen was born. And it's all centered around that book you carry.
Go ahead and make a persuasion check at disadvantage as well, Riku.
Oh shucks.
Yeah. He sort of looks at you sullenly. He goes, I don't really wish to talk about it too much further at the moment, guys.
I, nod at him, respecting his wishes, and kind of like stretch my wings a little bit and look over at Riku, and I'm like, hey, you feel like going for a quick little fly? We'll scout the area a little bit for the guys while we head to the estate.
Sure.
Yeah, I need to stretch my wings a little bit.
Doesn't hurt to get a little aerial perspective of the layout of the land.
Okay. As the two of you take to the air, you see some of the birds, the same flora and fauna. You do also see the mountains closer now as you probably begin to head into the little vale that you believe Temator Estate to exist within. You are following some sort of tributary to the large river that does flow through the center of Rishemalot. That would be the Mursad River. And as you follow this tributary, it narrows and turns more to spaces where you suspect that when water flows down, it has begun carving some sort of gorge. And as you continue to follow the tributary, it does turn to a full gorge eventually. It's about 40 feet tall on both sides, and you have to climb around it to one side or another. It's up to you as to do, to whichever side you wish to climb around it, because the path does disappear. If you would like to simply fly over it, those of you who are a flight may do so without issue, but those of you who are flightless, I would ask for athletic checks.
If there's some sort of called thing blocking our path, I would try to help if I can.
Yeah, you can try to point out where you believe good handholds are for folks if needed. Vincent, you have no issue climbing up the side of this gorge to get out of this area. Axel, same for you. Again, zero problems. Casimir Velikov may end up having a bit more issue, however.
If anyone's flip side, grab them,
With your broom? Yeah, go ahead and make a
like,
dexterity saving throw, actually, if you want to try to grab him.
Yeah, I don't want to let him fall.
And I think the same is actually going to be true for Rictavio. He's going to need assistance if somebody else would like to help him.
I guess since I'm the only other flying guy. So dex save, you said?
Yeah.
19.
Yeah, that's good enough. And the two of you are able to slightly steady them on their climbs at different moments, stop them from falling, and they eventually do make it to the top as well.
Damn. Lucky we're here for them.
You make it out of the gorge, back onto the trail, and you realize there was probably some sort of series of bridges, because you find the trail when you get to the top of the gorge, and it looks out across this flat plateau that's probably, gosh, it must be 20, 30 acres large. And you can see at the back the Temator Estate. I will switch us over to Temator Estate. I believe this is fully blanked out. Yep, perfect. So it will be dark for just a moment while I place you down. I will start by showing you what it looks like from the outside, and that's going to be the top of this map here. Temator Estate sort of sits at the back of this 20-30 acre plot, which looks like it was probably a vineyard, some sort of orchards, a number of gardens, all set within this small vale with the mountains on either side. And you can see that they're craggy sort of foothills in this area. It's a beautiful setting, frankly. It's rather stunning. And the estate is decrepit and dilapidated. It looks like it's been abandoned for quite some time, 2, 3, 4 years maybe. It's in quite a state of disrepair. It looks like maybe it was even being updated or being repaired at one point in time before some of the repairs went unfinished, in particular on the back section of roof, as you can sort of see because you come at it from an angle. And as you approach it, and I'm just going to toss you guys down in front of it here in just a moment so we can actually dive into it if you'd like. You see the symbol of the Temator crest, and it actually strikes you as familiar. It takes you a moment, but you remember seeing it on the outside of the shop that Rictavio had been working within. And as I place you down, sorry, it's just taking a moment. I will show you the front facade here at the bottom of the map. And I'm sort of just like opening the map for you in case you want to like walk around. Basically,
What
the
do you guys-
second floor is in the middle.
What are you guys thinking? You want to have a proper look?
Yeah, I'd probably have I'd have my little swallow buddy, do just like a quick circle around it just to see if, like through the windows or through the destroyed sections, if they can see any creatures or people or movement of any kind.
So one of the interesting things about the architecture here, all the windows are slatted. There are no real windows per se. No glass windows, and you can sort of see that here on some of the windows and sides. There is one open section over on the eastern portion here, and I am going to open that with a triangular view this way. So he can see into this sort of room here. And you can sort of peek into the central hall ever so slightly here. But his eyesight's not as good as maybe you would imagine, and so he probably can't see more than about that, is what I would say, unless you want him to like really sort of like peek in much closer.
No, I just wanted to do like just a quick little flyby just to see if anything stood out to him.
Yeah, not in particular. And oh, sorry, I placed your guys in the fog for a moment. So you guys can be here if you so wish, if you would like to explore it. Rudolf van Richten and Casimir Velikov, Rudolf would say as you approach the place, would you mind if I take a break? I do feel rather exhausted and not necessarily up for this at the moment.
Sure. Yeah, take a knee, Gramps.
Thank you. We will be out here, and he sort of like leans against the stone wall, and you can see that Casimir is sort of like leaning on his sword, hand on his shoulder. It's okay, Octavio, here. And he hands him like his canteen.
I guess, and I'd go to him like if we're gonna split it up at all, let's take a quick knee for 1 action plus 10 minutes, and I'll link all of our minds together so we'll be able to talk to each other when if we're separated.
And Rictavio looks up. That's quite a good idea.
Your nods.
It saved us before.
So I would ritually cast telepathic bond.
Okay.
You just
Dun,
hear,
dun, dun.
hello, is this thing on? Test.
Am I able to does that like work for Riku's sword?
What does
Since
the
it's a
spell
sentient
say?
ability?
Sword.
Eight willing creatures. So I don't know, like, does it count as a creature?
It does not count as a creature. It is
Oh.
technically
Oh.
still an object. It's just a sentient object,
Okay.
which is one of those odd distinctions.
It's like a possessed item, essentially.
Yeah.
Yeah, not important. I just thought it came to me. I thought it'd be funny.
I know.
All
I
of
think
a
that's a
sudden
great question.
All
You
of
should
a sudden
definitely
we can
ask
start
this.
talking to Riku's sword.
I mean, technically, if you attune to it, you could also talk to it, but that
Yeah.
would require him to unattune to it, and you know.
Gets messy.
Oh, I can't. The doesn't work for my familiar because its intelligence is too low.
Gotcha. Yeah. What would you like to do? Would you like to enter or move on from the estate?
Hey, we came all the way here. We got to check it out. I'd go up and I'd examine the front doors and open them.
Okay. You pass what appear to be two sort of water features that are no longer running, fountains here. And you walk up to what are quite nice looking, they're wooden front doors, and you're unsure of the grain of wood in particular that is holding them open. And as you peer inside, you can see what is effectively a grand entrance hall. It is quite broken looking. There is also a stone figure of what appears to be a manticore, fully stone made, in the center of this entrance hall, right in the front. There's a staircase that ascends up and to the right, whereas the left stair has broken away. You can see that this is broken away, and it has broken the wall in a number of places in such a way where you can see the ruins of the room beyond. It does get dark rather quickly there, and I think with dark vision, you're probably at the extent of your limit. Is it 60 feet or 30 feet for dark vision for you?
60 feet.
60 feet. Let me add a little bit more distance for you then, so you can see it a little further. Yeah, so you can probably.
If I enter the picture though, I'm always emitting light, so
Okay.
But I haven't entered yet, I suppose.
You can also see a bit of the rubble that has broken away this section here. And you can see that there's like a bit of a hallway there, and you can't see so much more there. Riku, I'm going to say that your light, if you would like to place yourself, we can try to like light it up a little bit more, but otherwise for now, I think it's probably about that.
When you
Do I
pop in there,
notice,
Riku would just yell, "You need a hand in there? Can I go check out the rest of the place?"
I guess I'd call back. Like, do I see any like signs of like struggle or combat, bloodstains, discarded weaponry, like scratch marks on the stonework or anything?
Yeah, go ahead and make a perception check. That's a really good call. Or an investigation. It's up to you.
16.
That's not bad. What you can tell is that there are some scratch marks on the floor there over on the right side of the room. It almost looks as if maybe a large creature with heavy claws flummoxed about this room on some level. Yep. Yeah,
Do you
that
Like a
area.
manticore?
Do the sizes of the scratch marks seem like they would fit the sizes of the claws on the statue?
They do indeed. Yes.
Okay. So on second, I'd call back to Riku, and I'd be like, "This statue is a little suspicious." And I see there's some claw marks on the floor. I think there's some type of beastie about.
Hmm.
What pose
Perhaps.
is the Manticore statue? Is it like? Does it look like it was in the middle of fighting something?
Yeah,
Riku kind of just
make an insight check.
when you're doing this, Riku kind of just like pops his head. He's like, maybe you send your eye about.
31.
Oh yeah. The manticore looks as if it's half crouch, half posed to strike, and was looking back towards the door where you came from.
Okay. So I'm starting to think that maybe this Manticore was fighting something that was able to turn it to stone,
Hmm.
and not so much that this Manticore is going to suddenly turn to life and attack us.
Be either or.
Yeah, I'd share this theory with the rest
At
of the
any
board.
rate, maybe you could send your little eyeball in there, do the job for us, and then we could decide if we want to actually go in or not.
I could, but that feels less fun than just like exploring it and taking on the danger.
Okay,
I just
do it then.
invisible eyeball enters the room. Roll perception. Invincible eyeball enters the next room.
So
Roll
you
perception.
got your light out, Riku?
Riku is shining bright.
And I'd like go up to Axel, put my hand on his shoulder, and be like, "Need a little light, buddy?" And make it so his awesome
Ooh, my
garnet or ruby
Yeah.
like cyborg eyeball starts glowing.
Okay.
Continual flame.
Oh
Yeah.
yes, can I retcon my last long rest to get rid of one of my spells to prepare continual flame and cast that on his eyeball?
I'm gonna say no, actually.
Aw.
Yeah, because we didn't know. Yeah, because we didn't know we were
Yeah.
gonna be in
No,
a
no
dark.
style
Yeah.
points,
Nah, it's
and also no light, no built-in light source.
Yeah.
it's fair
So it's
because
just the normal light cantrip.
Yeah.
But next long rest, I am going to
Swap
prepare
that out.
spell and
I
cast
do-
continual flame on Axel's eyeball. If
I'm
you would like.
hoping eventually I'll get some NVGs. So I don't know if that'll yeah.
Some what?
There's
Night
a thing
vision
in the game
goggles.
called Goggles of Night, and they basically just give you they're just night vision goggles. I want
So you really are just like cosplaying Snake Plissken.
maybe.
Maybe they
God
have
damn it.
it
I can't
instead
believe I
of a
forgot
goggle.
about
Maybe they have like a single, like a monocle.
Yeah, we'll figure something
But
out.
you could
I just,
also the continual flame doesn't burn things, so you could keep your flaming eyeball.
yeah. I'm just I'll well let's do this first. But
If you want it, I'm not gonna
yeah, it
give
is
you a
And
flaming
the other
eyeball.
thing is,
against
you could
the
still
wall.
cover it up and eliminate the light source. Like keep the patch.
yeah. Well, I don't have a patch because it got burned in a fire,
It's easy enough to get one.
which I'm pretty sure was caused by you, Riku.
Huh?
Yeah,
No.
you did
I
some
would never.
shenanigans, triggering
No.
traps. Mhm.
Nope.
Anyway,
Sound like me.
let's explore this dungeon and get in a fight.
People don't forget.
Yeah. Let's see. Since I'm the only one who can cure petrification, I should probably not lead.
Riku's like throws sword on shoulder. You say something about leading, just starts walking.
Yeah, he's got the
Shinzo is back tank.
Is this can we get through this pile of rubble here?
It will be difficult terrain, but yeah, you can climb up through it if you so wish.
Riku pushes through, kicks shit over. What the fuck? Dust comes up. How old is this place?
Ooh, as we go in, I'd want to telepathically warn Rictavio and Casimir that there may be a monster capable of turning creatures to stone about, and to be wary.
Yeah. They hear you and go, duly noted. Kind of glad we're not in there. You enter what is most likely a well-adorned audience chamber, 2 fireplaces on each end. Appears to be several doors leading out of this room. It looks like 2 to the north, 2 to the southwest, 2 to the southeast. You can see through the fireplace on the other side, to the east, Riku, and you can see the room with the door and everything. And you can better see what appears to probably have been some sort of side chamber, a library or study, based on the debris strewn across the room through the fireplace. The stone floors in this room are marbled and rather immaculate. You suspect that whoever owned this place, the Temitor family, were rather important once upon a time, and that it has probably been abandoned for 20 years or more.
Riku fills everyone in on all that.
nice.
And then says, shall we keep moving, fellas?
That's some good background lore, Riku. Thanks.
You're welcome.
Okay. Where would you guys like to go? Vincent, you can sort of see down that hallway a bit better than before. probably to about here. Let me expand your line of sight just a little bit here. Kind of like using these little bubbles. So you can see a little bit better from your vantage point, Vincent. Yeah, where else would you guys like to go?
Maybe Vincent will take a peek in here.
Okay.
Vincent will take a
Um,
peek in there.
Just one note as well, and you can sort of see above yourselves too. So I have opened up some of that on the map to the north, or the next map up, basically, just so you can sort of see like what's going on some level, if that makes sense. On the next level up, so you can sort of see through the ceiling a little bit.
Yeah.
Vincent, as you poke your head in, you can see that this appeared to be a side entry chamber for the most part. It looks like the slotted windows to the south are showing enough light for you to be able to see relatively well. There do appear to be some toilets at the end, as well as what appears to be a partially broken open pantry in this space in particular. And I will show that off like this for you. So you can see a bunch of the pantry here.
Um,
Dare I keep exploring? It's like
If you're in the pantry, that means you're around the kitchen. And I feel like if there was like a if there was a basement of this place, it would be entrance would be somewhere around a kitchen, right?
Who's putting his head against
Oh.
this door and listening?
Go ahead and roll perception check, Rico. And what do you get?
I got an 11.
Yeah. The sound of desolate silence meets your ears.
Kicks door open.
And as you burst it open, you do see an open hallway here. It is a hallway with a staircase on the northern side. There are doors at the end of the hallway on either side, as well as a door back into the chamber you just came from. The wood paneling, the wood floors are ornate, beautiful, but nothing sticks out in particular.
Telepathically, Riku updates the group. We got more stairs upstairs over here.
Stairs
Stairs
up,
to go up.
up. Okay.
These stairs go up.
Are we can we see this? Because this looks like a hole in the floor to the basement.
Ooh.
Do we see that through the fireplace from this room we're in?
You do. It's funny. If there is a basement, it's no more than a crawl space because, and you think back to it, there is some level of ascension up the front steps, but the building is set into a hillside, and so you think that the way it works is it's actually probably flush and level or nearly level at the back of the building, whereas at the front of the building, you have to ascend a bit further. So the building is like on like stilts or sort of like raised up ever so slightly to make sure the entire thing is level on one plane.
Riku says, "Do you think we should clear the whole first level and then move up, or just keep going?"
Yeah, let's check all these rooms while we're down there.
All right.
So I guess I'd go over here and I'd
Riku doesn't bother listening, just kicks open door.
Oh,
well,
Okay.
I would first
jeez,
listen and then
jeez. You're playing Ken right now.
Go ahead and make a perception check if you're listening, and that can be for Axel, Vincent, whoever else, or Venom. Riku, which door are you kicking open? The one to the north?
Yep.
All right. As you kick this one open, it is what appears to be some sort of empty, dilapidated room. You're not even sure what this room was used for. It could have been storage, could have been nothing. You do notice that it's broken open to the outside, which appears to have been some sort of porch or something there. Not entirely sure. Those of you who are listening at your doors, Sir Venom, you and Axel hold your ears to the doors and you listen. And as you listen, you think you hear something breathing.
Huh.
It's odd. You both hear it individually, putting your ears against the doors. It's almost a feel thing more than a sound. The vibration, the presence, the movement. You almost think you can feel it through the wood. And as you hold yourselves there, you hear the slam and kick and slam of a door as it bursts open somewhere to the north. And then the breathing catch ever so slightly. And in the quiet of both of your minds, I would like wisdom saving throws, please.
You guys, it's the house itself that's
Ooh.
breathing. It's a giant mimic.
Okay.
Those are both
Damn,
successes. And so,
Axel, you beat my wisdom roll.
so
Crit,
nothing
yeah.
happens.
That was a crit, yeah.
Nothing happens to either of you, but you do both hear the same thing over and over, the words tumbling through your minds. The whispered one comes, the whispered one comes.
Oh.
He's coming. And there's like a level of franticness as these words tumble into your heads.
We don't hear this like coming from our respective rooms.
No, you hear this as you hold your ears to the wood grain doors themselves.
Okay. Like, so I'd go just for a science experiment.
The doors are evil.
Yeah, I'd go over to this door that we know there's nothing on the other end already, and I would do the same thing. I'd put my ear to it the same way as the other one and see if I hear the same thing.
Make up another perception check.
Only a 30.
Yeah, this time you hear it much louder. The whispered one, he's coming. The whispered one. The whispered one. And there's almost a joking, jovial, laughing nature to some of the words as they seemingly tumble into your head through the wood grain door. And as you pull your head away again, the words silence.
Yes, I turn over to like Axel as I see him taking his head away from the door. I'm like, did you hear the door talking to you too about a whispered one?
Axel nods.
I'm like, okay, so I'm not losing my mind. The I think this building, or at least the doors, may be alive.
Should we just be kicking them open then, or cause sounds like oh fuck, what do we do? We just leave?
Like, should we try just like attacking the doors?
Attacking
I
the
guess
doors.
first I'd open this door to see what's on the other end, I suppose.
Okay.
Riku,
And
Riku butts in and says, "Let's find the source of the evil."
We were just like speaking normally, so I don't know if Riku would have heard us.
Yeah, Riku.
He's off on his own doing his Riku thing.
maybe a little far away for Riku is what I would say, considering you were like 2 rooms away, like a hallway and a room away, and sort of
Okay.
kicking doors down for a moment.
Doors.
It's just an extension of that library or study, basically.
Okay.
That you could see through the fireplace. Riku, what are you doing? Vincent, what are you doing this time? As you either know this or do not know this, what are you guys doing?
Coming back and saying, "This place seems empty."
This is fucked up.
Riku, did you hear any of the doors of the furniture talking to you?
No.
He's just been kicking them open.
I kicked open the doors. My foot did not hear anything besides the sound of the wood going bang.
Ooh,
What's in here?
I don't know.
I'd
Listen to
cast
the
Detect
door.
Magic to see if there's any magical stuff around while we explore.
Magic? You believe in it?
Vincent would open this door.
Yeah, mute? Question mark.
I'm sorry, I was on mute. Vincent, you can see that there is a hallway there, and there is a door to the north, ever so slightly, just around the corner to the north here. You can sort of see like right there. But beyond that, without entering, you can't see too much further. Detect magic. Do you use that as an action?
Yeah. I'd use a first level slot to just turn it on.
Okay. You do get a magical sense, and let me just put this in so that you can see it.
You're tingling.
You do get a magical sense from almost directly up above you. So if you
Okay.
look in the second floor and you look up, you see a man crouched on the edge of the broken
Man?
precipice of the wooden floor above you, with tentacles for arms and a singular dagger in his right hand. And as he looks down at you, he says, "He told me you would be here. The Whispered One's never wrong. He told me he would be here." And he's cocking his head from left to right, almost like a bird or a bird of prey or something watching you. "I knew you'd be here. Come now, come now. Let's do this. This is for the Whispered One." And he jumps off the balcony towards you. Please roll initiative. Because he's going to land right here in front of you, Sir Venom.
Who does this guy think he is? A whispering one?
Sounds like he's
Or
the
the
whispered one's
whispering
little
one
bitch.
told him that we would be here.
I suppose all the
Where am I,
investigating and
Vincent?
stuff that we did, none of us thought to look up.
I was actually thinking about teleporting up there, but I didn't do it.
All right, those are pretty good initiative rolls. That being said, the otherworldly corruptor rolled a 23, and that works thematically for me.
What's its name?
The otherworldly corruptor.
Okay.
Let's see. He throws himself down to the ground and sees you all, and will immediately take 3 attacks with his whispering blade against Sir Venom. 2,
Nice.
3. Oh, damn. Wow. Hey,
That
I
is
rolled
insane.
Yeah.
Well, the modifier is massive.
Yeah. And so it bounces off your armor, and you can see a level of frustration almost as he cocks his head looking at you with blank, fully blue, like the eyes are blue, like they are fully pupilled, and they are the same color as the tentacle arm itself. That's not supposed to happen. That's not supposed to happen. And he's saying this in like multiple voices. He will turn into a small creature. So he will shrink in size to roughly the size of a gnome or a halfling.
Oh,
And then he will scurry this way and scurry up the wall. So you can take an attack of opportunity against him, but he is going to be on the ceiling about 10 feet above you over in this space here.
Okay. Let's see.
Yeah,
So.
I like this guy.
yeah.
I like this guy a
That's
lot.
It's very cool.
So I will cast. I want to break out banishment because I want to. This seems like it's gonna be a fun fight. I don't want to just banish him.
Yeah, no, don't do that.
I am gonna hit him with a guiding bolt.
All right.
My reaction.
All right. Wait, can you do that with a reaction?
I
Do you
can
have
attack of
Warcaster or
opportunity.
something?
I picked up Warcaster.
Okay, cool.
It looks like I missed anyways.
Yeah, that's gonna definitely be a miss.
But I am going to use my session inspiration.
Okay.
God damn.
A little better.
Just wasn't meant to be.
Nowhere near it.
Seriously.
Okay, so that will be his full turn. I'm gonna just take 1 minute. I just need to go do one thing really fast. I'll be back within 1
Mhm.
minute. Sorry about this. Give me
No
just a moment.
When you gotta go, you gotta go.
I'm gonna try to zap this guy,
All right.
and he will hopefully
Do you
be
guys-
incapacitated for
This
the
is like the
for,
fourth time we've heard about the whispered one.
Yeah, it's been popping up since like the very beginning of this campaign. Ever
Yep.
since Barovia. I think I think
I
the
thought
whispered one
you
was gonna
guys
end up
knew
being
what was
like
going on.
the big bad.
It's the Raven Queen.
Be.
Raven Queen wouldn't send assassins to get us.
I know. I'm just kidding.
Yeah, you take that blasphemy back.
Those would be great assassins that just like hang out in a
Rico's just
building
been
and wait for
sending
you to
shit
show
mods
up.
this session. That's all.
All right,
he-
Riku, it's your turn.
He was never particularly a fan of them to begin with.
Fan of what?
The gods, but hopefully they can help me here. So he's going to cast a 4th level spell. Yeah, we're gonna do that. By the name of Psychic, or Roltham Psychic Lance,
Ooh, okay.
and he's got to roll an Intelligence 17 save.
With
And
pleasure.
take that or half.
He got exactly a 17.
Oh my. So then he takes half, and then it doesn't, no effect, I assume.
Okay. How much damage does it do?
I rolled 26, so 13.
Okay, and then he will take half of the 13 because he is resistant. So he will take 7 points of
Damn,
damage from
I
that.
picked the wrong spell to use on this guy. Okay. Let's see. For my bardic,
So what is the description of that psychic lance? Bill.
description. You unleash a shimmering lance of psychic power from your forehead at a creature that you can see within range. Apparently-
I think I'm actually going to require you to roll a intelligence saving throw.
You get counterblasted.
That's not good.
Yeah, because this creature has the alien mind feature to it. And so I'm going to say you will be counterblasted with 1d6 damage in reverse.
Nice.
So 5 points of psychic damage is reversed back to you.
Riku just looks sharply like, ow! Like that little prick.
Nice try, Riku.
Hey, if that worked, it would have been really good. Trust me. And then for the bardic, I'm gonna give it to who needs it more? Axel or
Vincent, probably.
give it to Vincent?
Yeah.
Okay, I'll give it to Vincent because I never really give it to him. There you go, Vincent. It's a D10. And you don't have to roll it on or use it on a roll. You could use it on like a save. Use it on anything.
All right. Is that your full turn, Riku?
Yep.
All right. Are you going to stay there in the hallway?
Let me see like where I'm positioned here. Yeah, I guess I'm kind of like blocking one of the escapes. Potentially go this way.
Okay. Sir Venom, what would you like to do?
It's first I'd fill Rictavio and Casimir in that we found a weird little tentacle armed guy who's a little crazy who's attacking us. Be on the lookout for collaborators or anyone else coming to attack.
As you use your spell, make a Constitution saving throw.
Oh damn.
Or sorry, an intelligence saving throw. Sorry, intelligence. That's
Aw.
my bad. You can just apply your intelligence modifier to that 19.
Okay.
So we could say it was a 22.
I like that better than a 6.
Okay, so you don't take any damage or nothing happens there for that.
Okay, but feel a little pressure on my mind, and I guess like verbally call out to the boys, like, don't use the telepathic link. There's something wonky with this guy. And then let's see.
In fact, as you use the telepathic link, you hear his voice over and over saying, "The whispered one comes. The whispered one comes."
He's jamming our transmissions.
Okay.
Spell make ouchie.
See, do I want to sunbeam, or do I want to upcast summon celestial? I think I'm gonna sunbeam. It's 1v4 right now, so let's try to keep the numbers a little fair. So I'm gonna hold out. I'm gonna like get in the Kamehameha pose, and like call like everyone cover your eyes, and then I'm gonna Kamehameha blast them with a sunbeam.
And what sort of saving throw is that?
Constitution saving throw. It needs to be an 18.
All right. You see him fail his saving throw, but as he does so, you see one of the tentacles, as he's hit by the sunbeam, through the middle of the sunbeam, you see one of the tentacles on his arm. You realize that there's 3 of them, and one of them sort of untethers from the other 2, shoots itself down his mouth, which he begins to gag on, and then swallows whole. And it seems to give him a certain sort of energy that repulses some of the damage from your spell. So he uses a legendary resistance.
Okay, so they basically saved on it.
Correct.
Oh, bastard. So I guess he takes half of 36 damage and is not blinded.
And as he does so, he also uses a reaction to try to step out of the way using Uncanny Dodge. So he will take half of half.
Oh, that dick.
So that's going to be 9 points of damage.
Getting him to use a legendary action and his reaction in one turn isn't that bad.
I'm pretty badass like that. And I guess I'll notice that Axel's behind me, so I'll like step to the side over here a little bit. Because I know he's gonna want to bum rush this fool.
Yeah, coming in hot.
And that will be it.
Uzasan is just the silhouette of a hulking man.
Okay. Vincent, what would you like to do? Knight Vincent.
Here's Vincent.
Steps up to the plate.
Readies his bow.
Burr, 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 burr. Did we lose him?
I will bet anyone $5 that he is going to shoot him with his bow.
And then pop into the room and hide.
Yep.
All right, we'll skip him for now and go to Axel. Go ahead.
I'm ready.
Oh, there he is.
Here he comes.
Look at that. Skipping his turn brings him back.
Yeah. Give me when I just want to shoot some shit.
Start shooting, man. See ya.
Is the thing like up above still?
Yeah, so it's roughly 3.5 feet tall, and it's standing on the ceiling, so looking down at you all, but from an upside down position.
Got smaller.
Just shooting at him.
The first one is a hit. The second one is not. And I'm assuming all of these are.
And then a crit. Yeah, these are all these magical ones. And a
Okay.
So that one I'm gonna roll because it rolls an extra right there.
Wow.
Okay, so 31 for that one, and then the previous one was. I can re-roll that. The one, and then 21.
Wow. Okay. Yeah, those arrows you suddenly see over your heads, Sir Venom, and you can see it zip past your right ear, as a matter of fact, Axel. They just sink thump, thump, with one hitting the wood just to the right of this creature. You can see the tentacles on the tentacle arm, the one not holding the dagger, snap the arrows off and throw them to the side. But you can still see the arrows embedded, and you can see some sort of ichor and ooze spilling out of this creature. Is there anything else you would like to do on your turn, Vincent? Any sort of powers that you want to apply?
I gave you my bardic, by the way, too.
Yeah, go all
What
in.
is that?
You get to use a
Yeah.
D10 on like pretty much anything. When you it doesn't have to be a roll. It could be like a saving throw or something.
Alright, thanks. All right, I'll do what is it? The another round of shots. You guys want me to shoot some more?
Keep shooting 'em.
Yeah, I guess it depends on if we think he's the only monster in the house, and there will have to be keep.
Yeah, I
other
usually
fightings,
play real
or-
conservative in terms of that.
Definitely the only one in the immediate area that we've encountered. You know.
Yeah.
No, I'm gonna let. I did a lot of damage. I want to hold off. It's all of us first, Sam. We don't need to. Go to. I don't know. That's all I'm gonna do.
Okay. All right. That does bring us to Axel. What would you like to do?
Let me think. Well, I'm gonna
Actually-
run up. Oh,
Let me just check one thing.
wait.
Nope, never mind. All good.
So this guy, he's a little fella now, huh?
He is. He is roughly 3.5
Like,
feet tall.
why would he make
standing on the ceiling.
himself small though? Does that make like smaller hitbox?
Yep. In fact, I think for you, it's going to be a disadvantage on melee attacks against him, considering you're like swinging up at him, effectively
increase-
against the ceiling.
Ooh,
Like
can-
increases his AC. That's like some level, right?
A little bit. It's more like a height disadvantage sort of thing.
okay. Okay, and he's got that. Seems like his AC's kind of. It's at least
A little beefy.
We get 2 attacks. We'll try first one with the. We'll take our chance. We'll get on this side of him. Actually, doesn't really matter because
Alright.
he's on the ceiling apparently. All right. So
generating AI images mid game.
actually no. So if I swing recklessly, that means it's a regular attack. So if it's a regular attack, I think I won't do Great Weapon Master. Yeah. Well, we're no Great Weapon Master on this. Just regular old fashioned. This is an old fashioned right here. 21.
That is a hit.
For 17, and then sneak attack. So 28.
You don't get sneak attack.
Oh shit! Right, because I have advantage.
Yeah.
Damn. Okay, then just 17.
And
What? And
he already used his uncanny dodge, so he cannot.
yeah, he
uncanny
already
dodge this.
reacted. That's why what I was saying about the whole
Yep.
Sir Venom's
Spent
move
a
there.
lot of stuff.
Okay, so we'll just go for our second. Same thing as the first. Okay, 26.
Probably won't need it, but
Or 22. So combined 22 plus 17, 39.
Okay, yeah.
And
That
then,
hits and hurts.
And then I'll rage because I forgot to do that. And I'll stay here for a round, see what this guy's up to. I mean, he's gonna tentacle me, and then you're gonna do psychic damage, and it's gonna hurt. And
Weird.
So
yeah.
as your turn ends, and before we go to the top of the turn order, he is going to use his legendary action,
Oh.
and he
They
is going
suck.
to stab you
Oh.
once. Oh, Jesus, I am rolling such shit.
Oh,
And he will miss.
so sad.
So that used up 2 legendary actions, and that'll just nullify. That being said, top of the round, he has layer actions, and he will use a layer action, and 3 tentacles will shoot up through the floor to grab at Axel, Riku, and Sir Venom. So I need strength saving throws from all 3 of you, please.
Okay.
What saving throws?
Oh,
Strength.
strength. Ooh.
I have a 0 modifier.
So Riku, you are grappled. The other 2, you are able to kick away at the tentacles on the ground. So you're grappled and restrained, Riku.
Oh, wonderful.
What's a layered action? Is that an action that attacks multiple people?
Yeah, layer actions happen with legendary creatures where they've been for quite a while, and it allows them to have like sort of supernatural powers within said layer. So in this instance, he's got tentacles that are going to pop up out of the floor. So that isn't even a part of his turn, though. So he will then, as his turn, he will use debilitating touch upon you, Axel. So I need a DC 20 Constitution saving throw, please. As a tentacle lashes out at you.
He's touching me.
Oh yeah.
I rolled a 1.
You get a little tickle.
You are going to be paralyzed
Oh my god.
until the end of your next turn.
I feel like that's basically what I am already.
Let's see. And he will then let's just double check the paralyzed condition because he might get advantage on you.
Oh my.
Paralyzed D&D 5e.
This is turning in. This is
Sounds
turning.
about
This is
right.
getting dark.
Yeah. Oh, he does have advantage on you. You're fucked.
He's
Yeah, that's what I thought.
he's paralyzed me,
He-
and he's gonna take advantage of me. This is
I think you're
not good.
like
Uh-oh.
restrained.
Any attack that
Paralyzed.
hits you is a critical hit.
Oh shit. Okay. Let me just make sure I don't roll like 2 1s. Okay, yeah. So all 3 of those hit you,
Yeah.
right?
So 3 crits.
1, 2, 3.
My boy.
And then he also does 12d6 psychic damage. No, he's gonna do a lot of psychic damage. It's gonna be
This is a lot of number.
24d6.
This is a
psychic
lot of.
damage.
This is a lot of number crunching here.
Yep. Give me a moment, and we'll
This
add
is
it
not
all
good.
up.
Okay. But so the first 3 numbers are separate damage from this 20.
Yeah, whatever's coming now.
Yeah. So
Okay.
the first 3 numbers were piercing damage as the dagger stuck into you. Each of the others
So
are psychic damage.
all right.
I also need you to roll a wisdom saving throw.
All right. I'll do that right now. Wisdom.
And I'll add up all the damage.
Okay, I rolled. That was good.
It was a 20 for a success, so you
Okay.
can still talk.
So
If you had failed, you would not have been
16
able to speak.
16 plus 15 plus 9.
40.
So can I have the first 2 numbers combined is 40? Can I have that because it's not psychic damage?
So they're 3 separate attacks, so you can only have one of them, I think. Is
But
it with
like
uncanny
raging
dodge?
with raging.
Oh, with raging, yeah, you can have all of that. Yep. So
Okay,
that'll be
so that's
20.
20.
Yeah.
And then the 28 damage and the 28. What are those? The 28, 26, and the 19. Are those also psychic?
Those are all psychic.
Those are
Yeah.
all psychic. All right. So I will uncanny dodge the 28, I guess, since that's the biggest number.
Okay.
So that'll be
So it's gonna
14,
be
and then 26 and 19.
is 59, I believe.
So that
Because it'll be
combines.
yeah.
All
So
combined is
59
59.
plus 59 plus 20, 79 points of damage against you.
79. Okay. Goddamn. Okay, 79.
Could have been worse. Could have been a lot worse.
Yeah.
Psychic was
I'm
59.
not gonna be able to survive another round of that. So we're gonna have to work on an exit strategy here.
Yep. The psychic was 59, and then the physical piercing damage was 20.
So if I can still talk, be like, hey, we need to kill him, right? Like soon. Like
But
if
he,
you smoke him if you got him, boys. Don't sit down.
Actually, he's only paralyzed till next round.
At the at end of my next turn.
Okay.
Riku's fucked as well.
Because Riku cannot move.
At least he can still like do things.
Can I?
Right? If you're
If you're
grappled.
grappled. So your speed is 0. You are restrained as well, meaning your speed is 0. Attack rolls against you have advantage. Your attack rolls have disadvantage. You have disadvantage on dexterity saving throws. So you can like cast spells and stuff for sure. That is oh no, the other worldly corruptor then will also move. And he will move to let me redo this. He's gonna move all the way over here to Vincent. Hello, Vincent. And he's going to move back to normal size, standing on the ceiling. Boop. That'll be his turn. Riku, what would you like to do?
Get on your
So
grapple.
I'm basically grappled by a tentacle, right?
Yes, and you can attempt to get out of it.
Yeah. I'd like to do that. Let's
So
start with that.
it does have hit points, so you can like attack it if you'd like.
What if I were to use my bonus action to Misty Step out of it?
That would work.
Let's do that.
So you are no longer grappled and restrained, and I will. You see the tentacle like fall back down into the floorboards as it does this.
And Riku's gonna charge in and start swinging at this guy.
Okay. Let's see. Oh, that's a hit.
He wouldn't be undead, would he?
He is not.
But there's also this. And we're gonna swing again. So first, 14 is radiant, 4 is fire.
Gotcha.
That's probably. There's a good.
Yeah, that's a miss. If you want to.
No good. Or actually, let's see. No, that's it.
That's your full turn?
Mm-hmm.
Okay. Sir Venom, what would you like to do?
So as I saw him like run away from Axel, I'm gonna like run up to Axel, like shake him, grab him by the shoulder, and shake him a little bit. Be like, gotta get back in the fight, man. We need you out there, and cast Lesser Restoration on him to remove the paralyzed condition.
All right. Done.
And like giving, like pouring one of my potions into Axel's mouth would be a full action, right? Not a bonus action.
Yeah.
Okay, so I can't do that.
Actually, yeah, it was probably out of the thing.
And yeah, I guess I'd turn back. How far did I move? I'll like head back like the middle of the room. Get ready to blast them.
Okay. At the end of your turn, this creature will use its amorphous escape legendary action for all 3 of its actions, and it will dissolve into a mass of writhing tentacles, eyes, claws, flesh, and mouths. And as it does so, the 2 nearest creatures, Riku and Knight Vincent, I need you to please make intelligence saving throws. And Vincent,
I'm here.
intelligence
Shoot 'em.
saving throw.
Yo. Intelligence saving throw.
You should throw your bardic on top if it's low.
Yeah, I will. The
10.
You should throw your bardic on top, is what I would say.
10.
Oh, just
3.
shy. Oh,
Alright.
yeah, just shy. So you needed a 20. You're
Alright.
both going to take. Oh, not that bad. That much psychic damage, which is dice are in the way. 17 points of psychic damage as he turns into a writhing mass. Disadvantage. Okay, and it just like is like this writhing mass of flesh and tentacles at this point in time, and that will be its turn. Oh, actually, it's within 20 feet, but only 2 creatures, so all good. Never mind. Then we will have Vincent. Your turn.
Vincent's gonna retaliate and shoot some Dreamweaver arrows at him.
Get him, Vincent.
That's a hit. Actually, I need you to make attack rolls against it have disadvantage right now while it's this writhing mass.
And because of its
Alright.
proximity
Well,
to
that
it.
was the first roll then. I just
Oh
rolled
yeah,
a 2.
and because you're in melee range. That's a good call.
Alright, so the first one was the 29.
Okay, so the first one would be the 20 and the 29, so that'll be a hit.
Right.
Or are you using snipe shot?
Yeah.
Okay. So that will be a miss then.
Now
So
I
go ahead
can
and
roll.
make a disadvantage roll, attack roll.
Yeah.
That's a 14, or is that going to be a 19?
Is a
Snipe shot or not?
snipe shot, yeah.
Okay, that's also a miss.
And then we'll just for the last one we'll do a regular shot.
Okay.
Oh
And that's a disadvantage as well.
let me just roll one extra then.
It's
Be
going to
the
be a
first
hit.
one.
That's a hit.
No, it was the first. No, it
Yeah.
was the first one.
No, yeah, that's still hit for the 23.
Good then. 16 damage.
Max damage. And anything you want to pour
And,
on top of it?
Yeah, I guess at this point. Let's see if seeking arrow, shadow arrow, grasping arrow. Let's try this. I'm gonna make it a the grasping arrow. So we'll see if this does anything. So it's gonna take an extra 2d6 poison damage if it does take poison damage. And so 3 poison damage. Its speed is reduced to 10 feet. And then it will take 2d6 slashing damage each time it moves for the next minute. Or it uses an athletics check to get out of it.
Oh, this guy takes the poison damage. Don't forget your new feat that you took.
Yeah, I know. That's what I'm kind of testing out right now.
Full turn, all good.
Yep.
Okay. And yeah, he fully takes the poison damage. It does seem fully effective. Axel, what would you like to do?
Axel. He can move around again. He likes that. So is pulling out a flask of wine and drinking it, is that a bonus action or an action?
Yeah, that's a bonus action.
All right, we'll do that. We'll use our the power from our duster. And I haven't used this, so I forget. 64 plus 6 for a heal.
Oh, nice.
Wait. D4. Shit. How do I? All right. Even though it's like the same. 60. Okay, it's D4 6 times. 2, 3, 4, 5. That's 6. Plus 6.
Oh my gosh.
24. Okay.
And you get to re-roll one of those.
Oh, okay.
Pretty good.
Call it,
We'll
call
just
it a 2.
Yeah, yeah. Bump it
Okay.
up.
Deuce.
So plus 1 means I got 69 health. Okay. So now, do I want to get back in that and potentially take more of that? I don't like that psychic damage stuff. Did not like it. Did not like getting paralyzed. Fuck. Okay, but I gotta get in there. That's like my job. So we're getting in.
Do.
We're getting in it.
All right.
And so with this like writhing thing, is that like for melee attacks too?
Yes. Yeah.
Alright.
All attacks against it right now have disadvantage. It would be double disadvantage because he's also on the ceiling, so he's got a height disadvantage against you. But besides that, yeah, it's just a flat
That's not
disadvantage.
it. That's
right
not a thing though, right?
now. No, exactly.
I can't triple stamp, but double stamp. Okay.
Double D.
So then it's just a regular attack, no fancy stuff. Although I'm being reckless, I guess, because so I get regular. So actually no, because I'm flanking, because I got my boy Vincent on the other side, right? So I don't need to be reckless.
It's 2 disadvantages, so you have to overcome.
Okay, then I
That's
will be
the-
wreck. I'm like, what the fuck is this guy? What's he doing? Why is he tweaking?
Okay.
And I'm reckless. Okay, 28
That's a hit.
for 14 plus 2 for the rage, and I don't get my sneak attack.
Correct.
So we're at 16 right now, and then attack number 2.
Send it.
A little more damage.
Also hit.
I need bigger numbers. 17. So 33 total.
He is now bloodied.
Oh fuck. And what's the moves he's been doing weird tentacle stuff. And it's like do I want to stand next to him still? Riku, what's your deal? How much health you got? Riku.
Question?
What how much health you got? What's your deal?
I've been hit. I'm at 77 out of 99.
All right, I'll stay here. I won't back up. I want to. Trust me, I'm thinking about myself here. I want to back up, but I'm sure I won't hear the end of it if I do. So I've used my actions, bonus actions.
Before the end
and
of your
that's-
turn, he
yeah.
will technically uncanny dodge
Oh,
the second of those two attacks.
is he still bloodied though? Is that what's the deal?
He is like on the cusp of being bloodied now. So
Okay.
he's not bloodied anymore, but it's real
Look,
close.
this
You have done 168 points of damage to him.
all right. We gotta do the damn thing this next round, boys.
Zap him.
Yeah.
Beginning of his turn, so layer action.
Here we go. He's gonna zap us.
You will hear a shrill sound fill the air. I need everyone to make a DC 15 Constitution saving throw if you have any spell that you're using concentration on.
So if we're not a spell guy, we don't have to roll?
Correct.
I'm not
Okay.
concentrating on anything, but I rolled it without
Okay.
getting attacked.
No, you're good. And Sir Venom, were you concentrating on anything?
Yes, I was concentrating on a sunbeam.
So you have failed that. So that is dropped. That would be the layer action power. Now for him and his powers. Oh, who do we stab first? He will use debilitating touch on. He's going to use debilitating touch because it lashes out to 30 feet with his tentacles on Sir Venom. I need a DC 20 Constitution saving throw, please.
Ooh, you're going for the guy that can heal the paralysis.
He saw that and he did not like it.
Oh
Yeah.
no! I rolled
He
another
saw
8.
that.
That's much lower than a 20.
Do you have anything to counteract that, or
I do not. No reactions from me.
he will walk on the ceiling? He will move away from Riku. I think he's still technically within range of you, Axel.
So, okay, so I guess yeah.
Did I get a
If you would like,
opportunity attack?
Yeah, if you would like, you can take one.
Yeah. But how many do you have any different kinds of reactions, or is that like your only reaction?
That might be it. I'll double check, but
That's the thing. I feel like those attacks of opportunity is a good way to bait your reaction. So in case you got like another, it's like
I don't really have.
it's like, oh, I'm gonna walk away from you now. Are you going to attack me? And then it's like you attack them, and then it's like comes up later. You can use a cool reaction. It's like, oh, don't have a reaction.
Doesn't matter
So
anyway.
sad.
Yeah, he's really hard to hit on that ceiling right now. And as he walks away from you, he will take 3 stabs. I'm just going to put the paralysis. These are all going to be critical hits. I hate to say it. This could be rough.
Oof.
All right, let's see.
Oh, the last one misses.
Oh, the last one missed?
Yeah,
Okay.
didn't break a 21.
All
Looks like
right.
the second one's like a double crit. He critted on the auto crit.
Yeah, it does. It won't like stack any
Yeah,
extra
can't-
damage on top.
Yeah,
Can't triple
don't-
stamp the double stamp.
All right, it's going to be 72 plus 25 is 97 points of damage.
God
Oh
damn.
god damn.
What?
That's like, don't you have like 99 or 100 HP?
Yeah, I'm down to 2 HP in
Oh,
one move.
fuck.
Wow.
Ooh.
You gotta ban
So as he
this
lashes
guy.
out and he lashes out and paralyzes you, and he actually grabs onto you with the tentacle and pulls himself sort of across the room to then stand on the ceiling once more. And as he does this, the place in which he grabbed you was right under the chin, and he begins stabbing down into your armor. He still misses once, but he's like going for the neck slit between your helm and your neck breastplate, effectively.
He's going for my jugular.
Yeah. And it is incredibly effective, and blood begins to squirt out of Sir Venom's armor in a way that none of you have ever seen, because I don't think you've ever seen Sir Venom go down.
I don't think
Probably
he
not.
has.
Yeah. That will be the Otherworldly Corruptor's full turn.
Did it move?
It did.
Looks like it moved.
If you have an attack of
It
opportunity,
must. Yeah. Well, no, it takes 2d6 slashing damage
oh, good
for
call. Go ahead and
moving
roll
from
it.
my grasping
Vincent
arrow.
has entered the chat.
Nice. It is now bloodied. Is there anything else to apply to it? If not, Riku, it is your turn.
Oh, that's it. Just if it moves again.
Let's see.
We need some big guns here.
I think I'm just gonna swing again. Hopefully hit.
That is a miss.
It's very, very powerful.
So you got to get a little closer, is what I would say. As well.
You got Scooch.
My bad. Wasn't looking at the.
And I think your attack should technically be at disadvantage because he's on the ceiling in a weird way. Sounds like your mic might be cutting out as well, Riku. Just a heads up.
He's just not talking into it.
Okay. His AC is a 19. So that
Oh,
second
no.
attack just misses.
Nothing. Well, then Riku's gonna point at Axel and say, "It's up to you."
God damn it,
Give him-
Riku.
Give him the bardic.
Oh, nice. And the bardic is given. Sir Venom, you are paralyzed, which means you are incapacitated, so you can't move and speak. You cannot take any actions or reactions. But at the end of your turn, you may make the Constitution saving throw.
All right. Ugh, 16.
That is a failure.
Shit, I should have gave him the bardic.
And at the end of your turn, Sir Venom, the otherworldly corruptor will look at you, cock his head to the left, and take one more stab.
No.
Wait, on Sir Venom?
Yep, and it's a legendary action that it's taking. And so I think this is gonna.
If it hits,
sorry.
I'm down.
It's gonna finish
So you're
him
definitely
off.
down. Let's see how much damage it's actually gonna do.
Oh man, so we have to do like another 150
17.
damage, huh?
17 plus 26, 43 damage. It does not outright kill you, is the good news. So you are down. I was just making sure for whatever reason it just didn't end up outright killing you.
Oof. Did he have to roll to hit for that?
He did, and he rolled a 29.
Oh damn. Oh, there it is. Oh, I'm down. I'm down, boys. You see Sir
I
Venom,
getcha.
like, his wings
get-
just kind of weakly flapping on the floor. Just blood pooling around him. My poor bird just poofs away in a cloud of feathers.
As long as he doesn't hit you again.
He can't reach actually right now because he's on the ceiling and now Sir Venom is collapsed on the floor prone. But Vincent, what would you like to do?
Keep shooting arrows. Is he back to his regular form at this point?
He.
Again,
That's a really good
disadvantage
question.
or the writhing thing.
Yes, he is back to his regular form at this point. That's a good call. But he is on the ceiling
I'm
still,
gonna take-
so melee attacks have disadvantage.
Regular shot. Oh, I am rolling so bad today. All right,
That's
how
a hit.
about that one?
Yeah. If these are regular shots, that's a hit.
And I'm gonna use my bonus action to poison tip these
Okay,
3. I can do
gotcha.
3 tips per bonus action.
Perfect. So
So
2 of these have poison attached to them for extra damage.
So first one is 23 damage, and
I
the
thought you
second
were
one,
I thought you were doing normal shots.
no, those all should be -5.
Okay. Let me just double check. Those the 24 and the 25 just barely hit. So 23 points of damage and 26 points of damage.
Yep. And then they each had poison.
Okay.
So I will add. See what they are. Poison. You have to do a. Sorry, they must make a. Twice. They have to do a DC 14 con save.
Okay. That's a 20, and then it's a 14.
So if you get it, you're fine.
Yeah.
You hit the number. Okay.
Yeah.
Then I guess you're fine.
Okay.
They're not poisoned or take damage.
Oh my
Okay.
gosh.
Um.
Do you want to use your action surge or anything else?
Yeah. At this point, I'll take a couple
Yes.
more shots. Yep. Well, is action surge a bonus action?
It's a no. You just
Or
get to use it. There's no action
just
required.
use it?
Yeah.
All right. Fine.
Just a thing that
Done.
you do.
Yeah.
3 more. 3 more -5s. If I can ever roll good.
That one's a miss.
You just
That
got
one's a miss.
Another
just
miss.
do
Oh my
damage.
god.
That's pretty rough rolls, to be honest.
It is.
But his
All
AC is so
day.
high that it's like.
That's a hit.
Did you ever use the bardic I gave you?
Yeah.
Okay.
All right. So 20 damage. And that's it.
Okay. I mean, you did quite a bit of damage, to be honest, there. You did 26, 23, 20. So 69 points of damage. It's pretty solid, actually. And you do see the 3 arrows thump, 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 right into him. And again, the tentacles snap them off. Because he will... Gosh, what will he do?
This guy's
he
got
can't
quite a
use
bag of
that.
tricks.
Gonna beat
Yeah.
us up.
He's gonna stay there for now. That's his. He can't use the legendary action. And is that your full turn, Vincent?
Yeah.
Okay. Axel, what would you like to do?
I've been thinking about it, and I've got 2 options here. It's legit. I've just been like, what the fuck do I do? All right. So I can use my bonus action to either heal myself, or I was thinking maybe I grapple this guy and shove some pastries down his throat.
Ooh.
Force feed him.
I think anything involving grappling this guy is probably going to be a pretty fun maneuver.
Yeah. Ooh, fuck it. Yeah, fuck it. If I go down, I got some healing potions in my pocket. You guys can do it. Okay. Yeah, we're gonna get up to him, and we're gonna yank him off of the ceiling. And I want to grapple this guy.
Okay. Go ahead and make a strength. Make an athletics check.
Yank him off the ceiling. This is
Yeah.
great.
Get down here.
So it definitely works. You definitely grapple him.
Yep. And then I'm gonna reach. I'm gonna pull a dream pastry out and just like I want to force feed him a dream pastry.
Okay. I'm gonna say that's an attack roll. Go ahead.
Yeah. I can do. Want me to do like a sleight of hand or something?
Yeah, I'm just thinking about what to use. I mean, it could be athletics, sleight of hand, whichever one you think you want.
I mean, if I have the choice of athletics, I gotta go for that because that's I'm raging.
because you're holding on to him and you're like shoving something down
Yeah.
his throat. So
And then also it's
You're-
like I don't even know what
You're
the
manhandling him.
shit 23 is a bad. It's not do I get the plus 15?
That's not terrible.
He's gonna make a dexterity saving throw. Oh.
Oh wait.
Uh,
Oh fuck! But because I got that bardic still, but I can't just add
Yeah,
that after the fact.
You can add your bardic onto this.
Yeah, I'm gonna add my bardic on that.
There you go.
I just gotta roll 2, or sorry, you gotta roll 3. So 3 or above.
You can do it!
Now that you said that, it sounds like I'm gonna roll 5. Okay, good.
Okay. So
I rolled
successful.
average. Yeah. Okay.
So you shove the pastries down his throat.
Yeah, I don't even know what the effect of those are, other than we've tested them. We have tested them on that
You know they're
one
addictive.
Island of Dr. Moreau character, and he fell asleep. So I don't know. This guy probably has a better constitution than some random deformed mutant goat man or something. But yeah.
I think this one.
He's,
So how many of them do you shove down his throat? How many of these were you able to just
I have
like
10 of them. How many are you gonna let me try?
I wanna say roll a D10. I wanna see what we're talking about here.
I like it.
Just frantically shoving them down his throat
I-
because you have him
I
pinned.
like we have to do everything because if this fight doesn't go well, it's game over. 9.
No way.
Okay. Let
Just
me
pour the bag down his throat.
let me roll a few things. Riku, what is the spell that you use with your helm where it like shoots the laser beams everywhere?
That spell. Something prism. Prismatic spray.
Axel,
Yeah.
can you roll on the prismatic spray table?
I don't even know what that means.
I'm pulling it up for you. We're gonna, go ahead and roll a D8
Yeah, D8 basically.
Okay.
and roll it twice.
So 2d8.
Yep.
Okay. 9.
So it was a 2 and a 7 is what we really need. All right, orange. The target takes 10d6 acid damage on a failed save, and then 7 on a failed save. The target is blinded. I will make a Constitution saving throw for this guy.
Oh, the 7 is very, very interesting. It fails because there's more.
So because you shoved 9 of them down his throat, the DC was 10 plus the number you ended up shoving down his throat, therefore a 19. Therefore 15 fails the Constitution saving throw. Please roll 10d6 acid damage for us.
Okay. D6, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10.
Axel for the save.
6. A few ones in there. 40.
Okay. You see his mouth begin to bubble over with acid all over the place, and it spills over into his eyes, also blinding him.
Nice.
I will say though, that was your grapple and an attack roll
Yeah.
to shove them down his
Yeah,
throat.
that
so I
was my
think
whole.
your
That's
full
my whole
action.
thing. Yeah, I'm just like
Okay.
whisper this. You know.
Gotcha. And you're still grappling onto him technically.
Yep.
It is the end of your turn, is that right?
Yeah, I don't like the way you're saying that, but yeah.
He will use the last of his 3 legendary actions to use cunning, and it's almost like this guy's like made to fight against you guys because he escapes non-magical restraints and ends the grappled and restrained condition on himself and moves up to its speed without provoking attacks of opportunity.
Okay.
So it will move along the ceiling and then disappear from your sight.
Is that its turn?
Okay.
That was its legendary action. For the layer turn, which is now before its turn, I don't really actually have a good one just based on what I've already used. I can't use the snares again. Skip that. Its turn will be... You see it poke back around the ceiling, and it has 30
back.
feet of blind sight. So it can use its tentacle, and it will use its debilitating touch on you, Riku. So I need a DC 20 Constitution saving throw, please.
Doesn't sound good. not gonna succeed on that.
And again, it will reel itself into you, and it will begin stabbing.
Don't forget your section inspiration. There we go.
So let's just make sure it hits you.
DC 20, man.
Okay. And these are all going to be critical hits.
I mean,
Riku down.
it's a high
let's be accurate.
save. It's a high save, but you got to it's either use it or like gotta do something. We're in desperation mode here.
Is it true that you use it or lose it?
Look at all this damage. What the hell's going on? Just
So
kept coming.
it stabbed you 3 times with its Whispering Blade, which is 1d8 plus 6, and then 4d6 psychic damage per stab. All of that is doubled because they were all criticals, because you became paralyzed. So just like your friends before you, you're going to take 50, 75, 95 plus 27. It's going to be, this might be the biggest one yet. This is going to be like 112 points of damage.
Jesus.
Took 77 to take me down, so.
Gotcha.
You should have tried re-rolling that con save.
If you'd like to, you can, if you have your session inspiration.
I guess why not?
You have to do it.
Yeah, like what else are you gonna use it on?
There you go.
Oh,
You
You made it.
motherfucker.
Yeah.
This
You actually
is
made it.
why,
He's like,
this
what?
is why you listen to
Start
us.
calling you Eeyore. I don't know, guys.
Yeah. Rain today, gonna rain tomorrow.
okay, so let me re-roll some of that damage. Let me look at some of this. It's going to be 7 plus 14 is 21 plus 11
Probably still die,
Is-
to be honest.
32. So 32 points of stabbing damage. And then you're only taking half of all the rest, which is going to be 37. So 37 plus 32 is 69.
Oh.
I live.
So,
I have
so you
eight- I have
actually
eight-
live,
I
yeah.
have 8 HP.
And you're not paralyzed, or are you paralyzed?
He's not
Oh,
paralyzed.
okay, because he's got the status thing on him.
Sorry, that's my bad. I think I put that
Sorry.
back on for some reason.
Oh, you're
But no,
bad. I
you're-
rolled the inspiration thing, so.
No, you're good.
It's the third time someone has taken the number 69 has come up this session. A little weird for such like a specific number.
Nice. But that is the end of his turn, and that actually brings us to you, Riku. What would you like to do?
Bonus action, healing word. We're picking up our mate over there.
Sir Venom? Okay.
Yeah, but I'm just trying to figure out how high of a level spell we're gonna hit him with here. I don't really think it matters. Just kind of need to get him off the ground at this point, because this guy can just zap him back down
Well,
anyway.
what's the where are we in the turn order? So
It goes Riku, Sir Venom, Vincent, Axel.
all right. So yeah, he's going right after. He can probably do something to himself. I'm sure he's got some tricks he can do once you get him up.
Yeah, this is just to get you up. There you go.
70
Back.
points.
The Venom just coughs up some blood and gets up on one knee. Ugh. Thanks.
That's
Thanks, Riku.
that's a bonus action from yours truly. And the thing is just right in front of me, so I can just start swinging.
Yes. Yeah. It will be at disadvantage because he's still on the ceiling.
What if I were to hop on my broom? Am I not able to pull it out?
I would assume your broom would be like sort of on your back, and you could pull that out. That's not an issue.
Okay. Can I hop on it to maybe take away the disadvantage, or is that
Yeah,
not a
that
thing?
would. No, that would work by floating up in the air a bit. That would help quite a bit.
Okay. Still gonna miss.
Okay.
Lovely. Oh,
That's a hit.
it looked like it was gonna be a crit for a sec. And then also some fire damage. 14 total damage.
Yeah,
And
you're able to do that.
I'm trying to think. Because I used my bonus action to heal him, so that's mostly it for me.
Okay. Trying to think what I want to do with this guy. If I want to,
Riku's before he ends his turn is gonna say, "It's not looking too good, boys."
and I think as you say that, he's gonna make a stab for you. And let's see,
You talk too much, Riku.
it's gonna be a hit.
Last words.
Oh, so it's gonna be the psychic damage that puts you down. Because-
Riku.
And you see Riku drop as he says this.
No.
But it is now your turn, Sir Venom. And he used up 2 of his legendary actions of the 3 to do that. So he can't do it again this round.
I hate to
Feels
say
so
it.
good, Mr. Stark.
I hate to say it, but leave him on the ground this round. I hate.
Hey,
I'm sorry, Sword Bard, but you don't. Yeah.
Yeah,
I'll be the
on
bad
one
guy.
hand, I want to get Riku back up, but on the other hand, I kind of agree with Axel that casting Summon Celestial would be more useful.
But you also need a lot of
Oh,
HP because
you
you're
have to be alive to keep
you're
it up, don't you?
our Sir Venom. Yeah, Sir Venom is our main. He's the main character of this fight, I think, with all of his, all the tricks he's got, utility stuff.
Yeah, but then again, like I don't have anything that can heal me enough that the guy can't take me down in one go. Around.
That's what I'm saying. Like you got to be alive
What
to keep up your
what part of
spells,
the
so-
action economy would it be if he was to come over to me and I handed him some healing, like a potion of healing?
Well, I have potions of healing.
I got a really good one though. Like that's what
Like,
I would say it would be an action to take it off of you and
Oh.
to drink it.
yeah. So that's
So
not,
he would still have his bonus action.
yeah.
But
Yeah, it's not worth it then. Cause I've like
Yeah.
an 8D whatever heal.
Oh damn.
Yeah.
Yeah, I feel like he's past bloodied at this point, isn't he? We bloodied him a while
Yeah.
ago.
I mean, he was bloodied at when he took like 160 damage or something. So, and then he's
You
probably
have-
taken like
I'll tell you how much you've done
Yeah.
to him. You've done 298 points of damage to him.
298. So he's really
And
close.
he has more than 300.
I feel like, what's it go? Sir Venom, then Vincent, then Axel.
Yep.
All right. So I think just do as much damage as you can, and then Vincent just do regular shots. Don't do the snipe shots, and do as much damage as you can. And then if he's still up, then Axel will try to finish him, and we'll all, we'll
Had some bad rounds and got put in the dirt.
then we'll bury Riku and say,
Say a nice little
Have
ceremony.
funeral.
I'm a priest, so I'll be able to like officiate.
Well, yeah.
You don't even think about using your diamonds. You're just like, oh, yeah, well,
Yeah, well, the diamonds they're expensive. I only have like 40 something diamonds left.
diamonds are a girl's best friend. They're not Riku's.
Yes.
Yeah.
We thought Riku was the main character of this whole campaign. He
Yeah.
might have had
Let's see.
plot armor, but
I
you know,
have 12,000 gold worth of diamonds.
yeah, we're good. We're good. Just
So I have enough to be able to cast Revivify
summon,
like dozens of times.
summon the guy. Let's do the damage, and it is
Yeah,
damn.
so I will.
We went way past 10. I didn't even notice that.
Oh yeah, I just realized. It was
This fight's
10-17,
good though.
sorry about
I feel like this fight's
Yeah.
almost over, so we're good.
So I'm gonna
We're cooking.
summon my celestial guy.
that. Okay.
Try out this token to see if I like it better than the Raven one.
that's cool.
And let's see, I did the defender one, so he gets to do. He attacks twice. So let's see.
You still have
There's-
Vincent?
And he critted. He
Yeah.
critted.
Okay, cool. You're on deck. Oh shit. Okay, let's see how much damage he does.
Let's see, so it's 1d10 plus 3 plus the spell's level radiant damage. So do I just double the dice, or do I double like the total damage?
The dice. And
Okay,
there should
so
be like a right click button for it.
this spell doesn't have an option for that.
Oh, gotcha. Okay.
I have to do so. It'd be basically 2d10 plus 3 plus the spell's level.
Correct.
All right, so 2d10 plus 8. Ick.
So 13.
13 damage from him.
Okay.
And he can give 10 temp HP to someone, but like that doesn't even matter at this point. Giving temp HP.
It might bring somebody off the
Yeah,
ground.
if you have
Yeah,
to,
would it-
yeah.
Would I be able to use that on Riku? Does temp HP like? would
Oh,
that
right,
count?
because it's temp HP, not like regular HP.
It does. You can give that to Riku. When the temp HP goes away, he becomes unconscious again.
Oh well, yeah, I'll give it to Riku. I'll get him off the ground with temp HP.
That's
Okay.
a fucking clutch, actually.
Right. And here is his second attack with him, and he whiffs it.
So it's just a flat 10. We have to roll for it.
No, just flat 10.
Okay. Is that your full turn, Sir Venom?
Um. I'm gonna go over here in the corner.
Because it's not.
Hiding like a little bitch.
Let's see, did I have enough movement for that? Because I was cut up from.
No,
Yeah.
I think you're fine.
Yeah, I'm gonna like take a knee and just kind of like breathe heavily, try to clean some of the blood off my armor.
All right. And that brings us to Vincent. What would you like to do?
Fire off some last couple shots.
What
You
kind
murder
of
'em.
are you doing?
Murder 'em.
Sniping or are you regular?
We got to, right?
Regular?
We need, I don't know, we need damage, don't we? Or is it, are we coming
Yeah,
down to the very
he-
end?
I feel like he's got pretty high AC though.
Yeah, I think just regular shots would probably. We just need
I-
damage. It doesn't matter how much damage,
Last,
just
like, 2 or
damage.
3 rounds because he's got such high AC.
Yeah.
All right, 3 regular shots.
Oh, that's a hit. Those are all hits.
Oh. 23. Oh, no, these are not the plus 10. You're right. So 13, 12. These are true damage. So when I get to reroll that one. 13 for the last one.
Do you have anything else you can pour into it?
Yes. I can do.
Oh, didn't
So-
you coat those with poison?
No, I could though. Could have.
If you would like to, you can.
Alright, then I would say I used my bonus action to coat them. and
Okay.
then shoot them. So, well, actually, no. Hold on, no,
Oh, okay.
I didn't do that. I didn't do that. Let's keep it real. I'm gonna use one of my last arcane shot because those he has to roll for.
Can't-
This
Whereas
one
the
I'm just
arcane
gonna
shots just do damage.
Yeah, or these I'm
Can
just
you do
gonna do
both?
damage.
Do your
Um,
arcane shots take a
no,
bonus?
It
because-
sounds
yeah,
like
they
he
take a
might.
bonus.
It sounds like the guy's got like 1 or 2 HP.
Yeah,
Yeah,
that's
so I
exactly. He's got
gotta-
one.
I gotta, yeah, so I gotta go with real damage. So I could either do grass, the creature takes poison, or the other one does the exploding.
Whichever one you would like to finish him with,
Yeah,
I
choose
know.
that one. Is what I would
Well,
say.
I'm
Yeah,
glad Rico was alive for this to see this happen.
Alright,
Yeah,
we'll
you're,
just do
like,
the
you're
grass
lying on the
one.
ground
It takes-
looking up at it, Riku.
Yeah, so it
I'm
takes
just like,
the 2d6 poison.
You
Okay.
beautiful bastard. Just hear from Riku.
And
So this is the one where the brambles come up. So that is how he'll die. Like little bramble bushes will come up and stab him to death and give him
gotcha.
poison damage to put him over the edge.
And he falls down off the ceiling, dead, next to Riku, the tentacles slightly falling across your face and then like slipping off, not moving.
Just like moves and is like, I need a hand. Someone help me out.
And this is where we will pick it up next week because we went like 25 minutes over. So sorry about that, guys.
That was, yeah, that was.
was a nail biter.